Welcome to the Not Sakumoto podcast 38.
Sticks of freedom.
Not Sakumoto.
How do you know? I totally was going to today, but then my son wanted to play Spider-Man.
Sure.
And not a video game, like together, me and him running around the house,
Sure.
shooting webs at
good.
each other.
That's cute. But sure. I believe that. I believe that that's what would have replaced that.
Now I'm going to read it just to spite you.
I would hope so. Spite me, please.
Spite me, almighty Spiter.
I put in work this week.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lay it on me, because you said that, but I didn't really ask
Like
too detailed.
Finished catching up on Gachi Akuta, which was like at least 10 chapters.
There you go.
I've read, I want to say 10 chapters of ChoujinX so far.
Well, 10 more chapters, but yes.
Yeah, 10 more than last week. Because I was like, hamming out at work. It's so hard to tell with all these point chapters. Point 1, point 2, point 3. But yeah, I want to say I've read like 10 chapters of ChoujinX.
Nice.
And kept up with all the other stuff.
You digging ChoujinX and...
Gachi Akuta?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know Gachi Akuta, you've been fucking hyping that up.
Yeah, it's really fucking good. More people need to read it. I've been really liking ChoujinX also. It is just like more shonen Tokyo Ghoul. The powers are really cool too, though. I will say. They're very loosey-goosey. They're doing the trend today where there's like each one's named after a concept and their powers are kind of that concept. It's a very modern idea.
I think it's more that they're doing that so that they don't set up, so that they can basically put in whatever they want type deal. You know
it's
what
fair.
I mean?
Leave the door open.
Yeah.
And it's worked for all the ones that have done it. It's fire in Chainsaw Man. It's fire in JJK. Yeah. It leads to more JoJo powers eventually in both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you don't write yourself into a corner with a power scale, about a power system, then I think you should be able to do whatever you want.
Which I also think this helps with, because it makes it more grounded in like what each individual can do rather than their levels of power. Maybe except JJK. Sometimes JJK gets into the more levels of power than matchup sort of idea.
The Naruto Sasuke show.
Yeah. But I also say it's like a much more modern idea. It seems to be going around these days.
Yeah, but I mean, at least in JJK, I feel like the only two exceptions to that is Sukuna and Gojo.
It's true. Yeah, I would absolutely agree with you there.
Because I mean, yeah, you got like the other animals of the show, like the Yutas and the
the Tojis,
the Hakuris and stuff like that, and those guys. But you could also you can make arguments for other people standing somewhat of a chance against them or putting up a good fight. None of these plebs are doing anything 1v1 against Gojo or Sukuna.
Yeah.
They just stand on a different plane of existence.
That whole fight turned more into Nen than anything else.
Nen's a whole different animal, too.
It is. I like it more loosey-goosey, and ChoujinX has kept it that way. The kind of way like Chainsaw Man keeps their shit loosey-goosey, too. There's a really cool mechanic in ChoujinX too, where they can like spend. They don't have a word for energy yet, but let's say energy and some of their sanity to resurrect from death.
So if a character were to die, they could resurrect themselves, or someone else resurrects them.
They can resurrect themselves, but they A, go crazier, and B, it's like some sort of stamina cost. They do hit a point where they're just like, fuck, I can't do that again.
So like their max stamina goes down?
Yeah,
like
I'd
your
say.
max stat if you had, because then, or are you saying that they have a one, like their max mana energy level?
Yeah, they got a pool of it, and it gets less and less.
And it doesn't regen daily type deal. Like the way I'm trying to complicate it is, you're just saying like using energy is just something that they go into a fight and they use their energy, and then next fight they just can't use any more energy?
No, it's more like Chakra. Like next fight, they'll have so many raises. It's very at the plot's convenience in that case. Yeah. Like the first time the main character does it, he does it like 5 times. But this time he did it like once. He's like, oh fuck, I can't do that again.
So he's basically at his limit. He can't.
Yeah, but they did also mention, like, you just came back from doing it 5 times, like, not too long ago. So, like, that's why I say it's more of a stamina, like, thing.
Yeah. Interesting.
Which really leads to really cool shit, because that means you can just put whatever on the page and be like, oh, yep, he's coming back from that one. Like, I saw them literally break the neck of one of the bad guys just now, and he resurrects. He resurrects all sad at first, and they're like, oh, this is weird. He's just like, that's why I'm so angry!
You thought.
So it just leads to some rad shit. With that
cool.
picture I sent you, where the guy was like bursting into feathers where his hand was, that was him killing the main character for like a 4th time. I kept it vague, because I was just like, look at this art. But that's what was happening. He was raising for like a 4th time, and that like 4th time, he came back scary. That's also like right before he had the 2 arms with the swords picture I sent you.
Yes.
So it's just really rad, but it also has that shonen vibe where I have like a 3-character main cast who has good chemistry and some interesting side characters. You know what I mean?
It's not shonen if there's not 3 main characters.
Yeah.
2 boys and a girl.
Took a while to get that other boy into the main cast though, but he's there now. I literally opened up a chapter this week where it opened with them 3 there. I'm like, oh yeah! The shonen trio!
I mean, there's obviously shonens to break away from that, but...
It's a working formula. Naruto really nailed that one.
Yeah.
If you ever want to look at Naruto's lineage, there it is. You can see it everywhere.
It is everywhere. Literally every
All the ones I just mentioned have a 3-cast main trio, 2 boys, 1 girl. Well, JJK used to.
Yeah, there's one left.
I'm scared Angel will replace Nobara.
No.
That's up there with I Love You, Naruto.
Yo, I saw the other day, because now, for everyone's information, I made my own Twitter.
Woo!
Finally.
The leaks haven't hit him yet, boys, but they will, I'm sure.
Maybe.
The JJK leak community is nasty. It's crazy.
But I saw a thread of the worst manga panels ever, or like...
Is it the Boruto with the chubby cheeks in there? Just going, hey, I love that picture.
I don't know, but the I Love You Naruto was high on that thread count. I mean, it was in, like, they said it was in, like, no particular order, but it was there, and I was like, oh, well.
I knew I could find it. All I typed in was the Boruto monthly meme. Just gotta bring it back up.
Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah.
Just him chilling with the chubby cheeks.
But
one of these mangas is monthly.
Can you guess which one? Well, actually, now 2 of them. Well, which is?
Oh yeah, don't even speak to me about Black Clover.
I'm about to. Have they even?
Oh, that is Tokyo Ghoul, isn't it? Yeah. Good night, Heisei. I'm done dreaming. That's him going back to Kaneki.
Oh, so I'm just gonna. We'll talk about it later. But I just saw a meme about it. Because Attack on Titan's over. So at the end of when I finished watching it, at the end it doesn't say to be continued. It says
the end.
The end. So I paused it there and I told my wife. When it was over, I looked at my wife. I was like, so because she's watched most of Attack on Titan. She hasn't finished it though. I don't know if she's seen any of the Mappa stuff. I don't think she's seen any Mappa takeover.
Good for her.
Bad. But so I told her how I just finished it, and she's like, "Oh, nice." And I was like, "No, I mean, you get it with everything. Once something ends, you just feel the empty inside it." And I told her that, and I was like, "Yeah, I got that empty feeling right now. It's like late Saturday night or whatever, right before the clocks changed." And I go, we were talking briefly, and I was like, "Just so you know, someday this will be One Piece, and it'll say the end." And I was like, I want you to understand that for like a month straight, probably more, I will be clinically depressed.
Oh, should we put off the podcast for a couple weeks, or am I gonna get like the 4-week streak of One Piece cope?
Right, but then this was the meme, because it's like today on Attack on Titan, and then one day One Piece will end too, and it's like the end in the One Piece style. Because One Piece also says at the end of every episode, to be continued.
Me when Dandadan ends.
Oof.
I don't know the last time I had that feeling, really. Like when I binged Digimon.
I couldn't tell you.
I genuinely don't know.
When was the last time you
finished
something that was, like, completed?
Probably something I've watched with my partner, to be fair. I'm gonna feel that way with Barry, because there's only one more season of Barry. We've been putting that off.
Yeah.
Mostly because it's definitely the last season, for what I've heard.
Well, I mean, everything comes to an end eventually,
Yeah.
so... I wish I could just find this right now, but I'm struggling. And there's something on my phone.
I don't know, maybe Chainsaw Man Part 1. I don't think I'll feel that way for Part 2. Not for a lack of love, just because...
You already went through it once?
Yeah, pretty much. And I doubt it'll be as heart-wrenching as Part 1 is. You know what I mean? Like, Part 1 ended on some really painful moments. I love Yoshida to death, but I don't think losing Yoshida is going to nearly match what happens at the ends of Part 1.
I just saw another meme, but we'll save it for later when we talk about Attack on Titan, because I never put those two things together until just now. And I knew that for this whole time, too, so... But yeah, so I'm not finding it. I was hoping I would be able to find the thread again, being like, the worst panels manga type deal. That one. So you almost cried to Dandadan this week?
A, yes. B, I can think of another one that was probably on that list, and it's Aaron crying in the water.
Oh, that was, yep.
Yeah,
that was in there.
Absolutely. I just know it. I've seen it so many times this week.
It's been around.
But yes, Peak. Let's start with Peak.
Yes, Dandadan.
Incredible.
News chapter.
I did feel very solemn reading it.
128.
So I literally read in the dark. Like I was progressively reading the chapters through the day, and then in between we were watching Adventure Time, me and my partner, which also amazing, but I'll get to another time.
Yes.
Because we're deep in season 7 now. He went to nap. I went outside, came back in, didn't turn on any of the lights. I just sat down in the dark, opened Dandadan, went to read it. So I'm just sitting there alone in the dark reading this chapter, and it just hit.
It was good. I mean, the emotions are there
Big
for...
sad. The gigantic sad.
Yeah, the class president. What's her friend's name? I'm sorry.
Mai?
Yes, Mai. M-A-I.
I was trying to, I think, yeah.
Yes, no, you said that.
You don't got to be sorry. I don't blame you.
We've known her for 2 chapters. So
Yeah.
2 weeks. But they were finally able to say what they needed to say to each other, and
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I took a screenshot too, because
That's when the feelings start hitting me, is when she was telling her mom that, no, I have to go apologize to her, and then seeing them in the car again. I'm like, oh. It's just so sad.
just another awesome double page spread.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking.
I love some of these full pages, too. Them on the stage together.
Yes, that one. And then when she first jumps down, and she's got like those flowy bits behind her.
I actually described a spread to my partner today. I brought up the spread of last time, the giant skyscraper thing. No, actually, it was a spread from the beginning of this chapter, I think. Yeah, this page. The page where they're chasing him. I went up to my partner. I just crouched down. I was just like, this is a picture of a giant skyscraper Voltron and Livingstone monk statues chasing down a moving shrine cart being protected with the power of metal. This is why I love Dandadan.
Read Dandadan. I love this page because of Momo's face expressions.
Yes, I love that.
I love that shit. It's just Dandadan is, but I saw another tweet today of a reputable person or whatever, because like everyone basically is talking about how it's almost confirmed that the announcement is going to be an anime.
Yeah.
But he's like, I feel bad for whoever's going to animate this shit.
It's going to be brutal.
I just hope they do it justice.
I hope it's not Mappa.
Me too, as well. But I feel like early Dandadan, well, maybe not.
We said this too. The very first chapter isn't anything too crazy, but the moment you move out of that first chunk, it's going to get harder and harder. You fight the sumo guy that's huge.
Yeah, you get some like
she whips out the baseball
shit.
bats on top of a moving train with the explosion and
yeah, because the race against the granny is not anything too special.
And then you get to the Mongolian sandworm.
Yeah,
that's gonna be that's such a huge, gigantic thing to animate, and I can't imagine it not being done in CGI. Every time I try to picture it in my head, it's this big CGI monstrosity. And that thing was terrifying in the manga. It screeches, making you want to kill yourself. That was so fucking rad. And so that's Gigi's moment. You can't flub that.
CGI can do pretty good stuff sometimes. I can. That thread that I sent you today of all that animated stuff.
Yeah, I started looking at them, but you know what really started bugging me?
The dude's commentary on it?
No, it was all muted to me.
That was also pissing me off, yes.
Yeah, punches without sound design are not punches.
Yeah, it's
and
weird.
It was bugging the shit out of me.
But someone down the thread commented or chimed into it and being like, the person obviously has a bias against Bleach. But I was like, whatever, I don't give a fuck. It's just a thread about appreciating all the best animation of this year. And all of Bleach's best animation was last year with the first cour.
Yeah.
But there was some good stuff this season too. So the dude said he left Bleach out because it was CGI. And I was like, but Yuji and Choso's right there. That entire fight is fucking mixed in with CGI.
Gojo whipping up blue. I hate to tell you, that's CGI too. The little rubble pieces are very obviously CGI.
A lot of the stuff that he put from One Piece too is like, that's
it's going to see
CGI
it more
too.
and more.
Ever since
some of the One Piece stuff does at the very least imitate drawings really well, though. The way that the form changes, almost like AI does, it's because it's a page-to-page drawing where the shapes are different. So it's like, that's why it gets all wobbly like that, because they're drawn.
Like, no cap, like, facts, as weird as this is, the best animation, or the best animated sequences, or the anime that had the best animation overall this year is One Piece.
Animation wise, yes.
Because it's got, ever since like Wano started, it's been Toei decided to invest into One Piece more. But this year, 2023, like if you compiled everything of just One Piece versus, it's like, okay, so yeah, maybe you could say, Toji versus Gojo, or Choso versus Yuji, those particular things maybe looked better than a lot of stuff from One Piece, but that's two instances. One Piece has like 17 throughout the year.
I also argue there's a point where people are either arguing quality of animation or style versus choreography. Like, this isn't, sometimes these things aren't always just the animation, stylistic choices or choreography decisions.
Yeah.
Because sometimes One Piece doesn't have the best choreography, and that's where JJK shines. Sometimes JJK doesn't have the best animation, and right now, One Piece is consistently good animation. Yeah,
like, you're not going to see One Piece
whipping out those really crazy hand-to-hand choreography. There are layers to this.
Yes.
But like, that's why I put, when we talked, Hanami versus Todo and Yuji. That is both A, crazy anime powers awesome, and B, those hands. Those hands were nasty with the swapping and the beating ass.
They were. So whoever it is that's going to do Dandadan needs to...
Oh, yeah. Because it's going to get worse. Imagine this last arc.
Don't rush it, man. Take your time with it. I would rather...
The alien arc.
I would rather wait. Yeah. I'd rather wait so that we could get amazing animation. I want whoever the fuck did... Honestly, season 1 of... One Punch Man. Who did that? Was that Madhouse?
Yeah, I don't think they exist anymore.
Oh. That explains it. That's unfortunate. But, like, it can be done because the One Punch Man is another one that I know, like, that's why season 3 isn't a thing, because as long as Trigger doesn't turn Dandadan into Gurren Lagann or Kill la Kill.
No, I want them to turn it into cyberpunk edgerunners.
See, because the thing is, Trigger does that exaggerated like things that
that weird like 2D cutting into frame technique that they love.
That you see in all three of those.
But I do think some of the exaggerated features fit Dandadan, the crazy, just wacky mouths. Like
some of it. I mean, whoever it's going to be has got their work cut out for them, 100%.
Or that, you know who? Oh God, the Ranking of Kings people.
Bones?
No, but Bones is another great choice. I love Bones. Because Bones did that incredibly faithful Mob Psycho adaptation, which also spared no penny to make it look beautiful at the same time. So that's like exactly the best of both worlds. But it's the same reason I'm putting Ranking of Kings up there too, is because it's also incredibly faithful while looking great.
Wit.
Yep, there it is. Oh no,
I don't want Wit to do it.
No, because they'll sell it to Mappa 2 years later.
Yeah, you won't get a season 2.
Oh no, it's Spy X Family. That's 2 studios together, isn't it? Is Spy X Family the one that's Cloverworks and Wit?
Maybe.
One of the 2 is Cloverworks and Wit. I thought it was Ranking of Kings, to be fair. Nope, it's Spy X Family with Studio and Cloverworks. So I go back. Bones.
Bones would do. I think Bones would do good with it.
Bones would do good with it. They're the FMA people. They're the Mob Psycho. They're very faithful.
There. Skate Infinity.
Super Crooks looks beautiful. I haven't watched it, but it looks beautiful. Space Dandy.
Yeah. Noragami is great too.
They do a great job with adapting. Like,
they did Wolf's Rain.
Godzilla Singular Point looked really good. It wasn't the best show ever, but it looked really good.
Well, Studio Bones is just the people for you, huh? Wolf's Rain, Space Dandy, FMA.
I've watched most of these. I've watched most of Eureka 7. I've watched a little bit of Noragami. Full Metal Alchemist, obviously. Space Dandy, obviously. Darker Than Black, Wolf's Rain, Godzilla Singular Point. What the fuck is that? Captain Earth. I haven't seen. No. So maybe not most of these.
Yeah.
But that's not all their list either. The Studio Bones list is enormous. So I'm looking at the Studio Bones full list now.
Full list.
And I will say, when their shows suck, it's not because they suck. It's because the property sucks.
Well, how about this, though? Did they do all of Darker Than... Oh, yeah, 2 seasons.
They also did both Full Metal Alchemist adaptations. The original and Brotherhood.
Oh.
Soul Eater. Juosei.
Oh, fuck off.
See, it was the property that was bad, though.
Yeah.
Not the animation. It was not the animation's fault. And that was a 2006 anime for some context, too. Yeah, both Darker Than Blacks. Number 6, both Eureka 7s. Mm-hmm. Blast of Tempest. That throws you back some.
Oh, Jesus. I forgot that existed. I like that anime.
I didn't. I dropped it really hard.
I liked it.
Space Dandy, which again I do not have enough positive words for. Blood Blockade Battlefront. Ooh. Bungo Stray Dogs every season. My Hero Academia. Mob Psycho 100.
They also did Sword of the Stranger. I thought so.
Oh, wow.
Bones. All right, yeah, I want Bones to do fucking... I feel
Case Study of Vanitas.
That's
is
also
Bones.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Give me Bones.
Please.
The Cowboy Bebop movie.
I feel like we had this exact same conversation
that's right.
on the podcast before, too.
We absolutely have. I didn't see Sword of the Stranger because movies is a separate section. They did all of the Full Alchemist movies.
Let us bow down and pray to the animation gods.
Give us Bones.
The producer gods. That Bones is the one that does...
My Hero's almost done, right? It's got to be. My Hero.
They do
so
My
that
Hero?
They could... Yeah, they do My Hero, so I'm hoping... Well, I mean, they've done other stuff while doing My
either
Hero.
way, well, because My Hero's like their big project right now that they have time to do stuff for.
Yeah.
And like that they can always be working on My Hero, so they know, okay, this is going to end, so let's get in the
Let's
next.
get our passion project going.
Yeah,
our
or
actual love, baby.
or the next thing that they can be like, okay, this is our always working on in the backdrop type thing.
Yeah, slowly.
Because My Hero's
taking your time.
They take their time with My Hero. I mean,
I don't sure if they take their time with Bungo Stray Dogs, though.
I've been hearing good things about the newest season, but I stopped watching after the first 3 episodes.
I don't, but follow the manga fans, so they're not. Of course, they're not happy.
Oh, the manga people don't like it.
I've seen a lot of those like butchered side by sides.
I don't know. Apparently, Bungo Stray Dogs has a huge fan base of people that love it.
5 seasons.
Yeah,
people really do love it.
I don't know, man. I couldn't get into it.
I liked the first season. I was about to say first 2. I was about to talk out my ass. The second season felt forced. Like they brought in the Americans, and then suddenly it felt like you're like kind of friends with the Port Mafia now, and this new enemy felt kind of just like we needed a new gang, so here's a new gang.
I mean, it could also have just been that because you were liking it, you got to a bad part in the series. Don't really like this part.
But then I started season 3. And it's so weird that I keep falling asleep and not like watching it, because it starts with a flashback of Dazai when he was in the Port Mafia, and when he first makes friends with the red-haired guy that we don't really know much about where I was, but he's gravity powers and he supposedly is like super strong.
Cool.
So, and I mean, I was dying for like Dazai when he was a bad guy, when he was in Port Mafia and shit. So like, I don't know why it keeps losing me. I also saw him shoot like a defenseless man, and well, not defenseless, but already beaten man like 6 times, like laughing and crazy. And I usually love that shit.
And you just weren't feeling it.
I keep falling asleep, literally falling asleep, but I'll wake up, and it's back to our main cast, and I'm like, what? How much did I miss? Oh fuck, like 4 episodes.
I did that.
So it does get back to them eventually. Shit. Well, I'm not watching this right now.
I did that too in ecchi anime, and you'd think that would keep my
interest. It's not actually interesting.
It was terrible, so I fell asleep through it, and I woke up and it was like 6 episodes in. I was like, wow, Crunchyroll played through 6 episodes before it decided to stop.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I was like, well, I ain't watching this anymore.
I'm not scrolling back.
Nope, we done.
Because I've rewatched that same first episode of season 3 like 3 times now. I just don't think I can do it. No. And I like the characters. Well, I like a third of the characters a lot.
That's like right now, Shield Hero has like 0 pull on me for season 3. Season Brutal. 2 did it bad for me.
Shot to the heart, and it's too late.
Yeah. But then again, I'm also watching a ridiculous amount of anime this season, so something's got to go.
I'm literally just watching JJK and Adventure Time.
Well,
that boat's gonna sail eventually, though, and I'm so sad.
The Lord of Edge is happening, so that's the one I'm like watching.
Oh, Eminence and Shadow?
Yeah, it's so good. I think you and your partner would enjoy it because it's... I do a disservice.
Oh, no, he really hates, like, the same shit I do.
But it's... I think Mother's Basement has a video on season 1. Watch that.
I listened to it once, but I wasn't paying attention, to be fair.
I think he would do a better job explaining, like, the
I know it's supposed to be subversive of the whole thing, but if I don't watch the trend, I don't care about the subversion either.
Yeah, well, I think you
it would be like watching satirical wrestling. I don't care about regular wrestling, so why would I care about the satire of wrestling?
True.
Not to be hard on it. That's not like me condemning it.
I know.
It's joking about things that I already don't consume on principle.
It's just funny watching the main character because everyone else in the show is super serious, and anytime you focus on them, it's very serious. But then when he's involved, it's just... And he has no idea that anything's going... It's just like, he's oblivious to everything. It's just... And his machinations that happen that... It's just... It's funny. It's great. I love it.
I believe it, though.
I love it. some shadow. So good.
Plus, I mean, add that he doesn't like Edge either. So
How do you not like Edge?
I know. I at least like Edge. That's why he was liking Zom 100. That was like right up his alley. That was like, I knew it would be right in his ballpark.
Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, they gotta.
Yeah, we stopped watching because of it. Like,
I hope that they are at least still anime, because the same thing happened to Nier anime, where
I was just about to bring up Nier,
where they had delays. So, but because the new season started, they lost their time slot. But then once they got a available time slot, they stuck it in there and they finished it.
The thing is, though, he's pissed because Crunchyroll's only been dubbing them in Spanish after a certain point. He keeps checking it's always Spanish or Japanese. Shit.
Just watch the sub. What's the problem?
He was watching it dubbed already.
Yeah, goodness. I mean, I thought I'd have it because I played the game in English, but I had no problems with the sub.
We watch most of the stuff dubbed when we can. I mean, we've been watching JJK subbed specifically so I could talk about it on the podcast. Mm-hmm. It's the only reason, because I watched season 1 dubbed. I liked the JJK dub. Except for that one Nanami clip I keep seeing thrown around. That poor voice actor doesn't deserve the slander. He had to fit a whole lot into very small lip flaps, and everyone was just like laughing at him on Twitter. Where are the locations of your allies and stuff?
Yeah. I thought that they would at least try and
retool the sentence a bit more.
Or no, because I always thought that with the lit flaps that dubs would go in there and edit more in to help.
The mouth? That. No.
Well, they just
we're in productions that they could, yes.
I was gonna say that. Well,
like something like South Park, you could do that so fucking easily, but like.
Well, I think it's more
a Mappa production.
I think it's more because of the day and age where the dub is trying to be released as quickly as possible.
That's also fair too, yeah.
Where beforehand the dub would wait and the whole season would be over, and then they would dub it on the side and then drop the whole thing. Then they could have time to go in there and change it.
I'm not sure if I'd go in and try to edit Mappa's work either, though. Nanami's face was probably the most detailed drawings I've seen of this whole season. The quality when he leaned into Haruto, you could see all of the fucking wrinkles.
True.
So I was like in the dub. But I gave it up to talk about it.
Your commitment is appreciated.
Yep.
Well, we all know me. I will always choose sub.
I tried to watch dub. I like my dubs.
So much so that when I watched the Fate movies for the Camelot thing, I had to rent the Camelot Singularity for Fate Grand Order. I had rented them from Amazon Prime Video, and I didn't realize that you rent one and it's dub, you rent a different one.
That's the word. Oh wait, did you get one and the other?
Oh, I got the dub, played it, and I was like, why is this in English? Get out of here. And I was looking through the settings, and it wasn't there. So I went back. I was like, no way.
Did you buy it again, subbed?
I fucking did.
Oh,
it's like $3.
Ultimate sin.
No. Ultimate pride. No, not even. I just can't do it, man. I have no problems with any other medium. It's just anime. I can't. I don't know what it is. It's just I've done it for too long.
Well, have you watched dubbed
years.
movies?
Yeah, any movie. Well, that's not true because lately they haven't been dubbing them.
I'm like,
well,
Squid Game.
When we saw Shizune, wasn't that dubbed, or was it subbed?
I have no clue. But that's also the medium of anime still, my friend.
Yeah, I know. That's
what I'm just saying other mediums.
Oh, I thought you meant
you
like
said other mediums
movies.
are the exception, so I want to poke that. Where in other mediums is this exception?
So, video games is one. So,
I feel like didn't you send Yakuza Like a Dragon to Japanese, sir?
Because That one specifically because I knew it was going to be comedy, and comedy does not translate well at all. Like the Japanese style of comedy, when English people do it, it's not funny.
So it's the same instance.
So that one specifically, but like other Japanese games that like heavily, like Ghost of Tsushima, I played that dubbed. I didn't put the sub on that, and that's all Japanese.
I was going to say, was there the option? Because most games don't even have the option.
Yeah, I'm pretty
sure. You just gotta play it in what it is.
I'm pretty sure Ghost of... Well, actually, I don't know about Ghost of Tsushima, actually. But, like, I
know Sekiro has the option, because people were berating Asmongold for playing in English. Yeah. Isn't that sad? Isn't that like, sad as shit?
That's dumb. I mean, there's certain ones that I like...
Because I know most games that have Japanese these days don't even give you the option anymore, because they did it to cost cut.
So, like...
Like, no Dynasty Warriors game gives you the option anymore.
No. Like, I would say Yakuza was the exception one, because normally a game that style looks like Yakuza, I wouldn't do it to.
Yeah.
But, like, if it's like, I didn't do it for Persona, but, like, those, like, offhanded JRPGs that I play.
Yeah.
Some of those don't even have an option for English anyway. But, like, those, like, Tales of Arise, I played that with Japanese dub. There was an option for that. But, like, for instance, what you were trying to get at with, like,
I went to movies because I actually have watched some dubbed movies and television recently. It's weird.
It is extremely weird.
It's way weirder than trying to watch dubbed anime. Let me tell you.
Because you said Squid Games.
Squid Games. I watched the English dub.
I watched both.
Nice.
Because I watched it at home. I started it in English, but I was like, this is just too.
It is weird.
It's weird.
It is weird.
So I watched it with the Korean dub. It was Korean, right? Wasn't it? Mm-hmm. So, and then, because I seen it twice, because it just happened every time I was at your parents' house.
I was going to say, that's why I watched it dubbed, because my family wasn't going to read it.
Yeah, your dad was watching it with dub voices, so I saw it then too.
Which they did a good job, honestly.
But like back in the day.
I'm pretty sure I watched RRR, that Indian movie I brought up recently, as a dub. Pretty sure I watched that dubbed.
See, because I've watched subs for so long now, I feel like, honestly, I would probably just watch everything like that. Because, like, especially live action, it's weird.
I think live action's the better case for just watching subtitles. Honestly, it's so much weirder trying to, like, look at actual human lips and faces and see different...
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yeah.
When I was
I actually didn't even finish that movie, to be fair.
I love that movie. I've only ever seen it in English, to be honest with you, because it's been 25 years since I've seen it. But if I was to watch it today, I would watch it in Chinese. Yeah. The original Chinese thing. Fearless, Jet Li's movie that he did in all China, like his last big action movie. I watched that.
I'm just almost always going to prefer hearing it in English personally. I just don't like reading when I'm watching TV anymore.
And I totally get that.
I mean, I will, though. I'm capable of it and will. I just very much prefer just being able to just keep my eyes on the actual stuff that's happening.
Well, one of your favorite movies of all time doesn't give you the choice. Inglourious Bastards.
It's true. It's true.
But it's a mix.
Yeah. And one of my recent favorite television shows, well, I don't want to say favorite, but a television show that impressed me, Tokyo Vice, switches back and forth. Because it's an English person that moves to Japan. So he learned Japanese for the role, too. So he speaks both in it.
So honestly, now that I say that, I know I opened up and said it's honestly just anime, but it's honestly just everything. Yeah. If there's an option for me, I will most likely take it in the native language that it was filmed in, especially live action, 100%. I just can't do that dub over in live action.
I think that's the easiest case scenario where I absolutely understand. It's weird.
In anime too, because like the jokes, anytime there's a comedy element to me, and I've seen certain things in both, like the same scene in both English and to me, it's just way funnier with the Japanese.
I just don't find reading as funny sometimes.
And I totally get that, but
especially if it's visual comedy, because then I'm also bringing my head down in the middle of punchlines and action and moments.
I've been doing it so long, I've mastered reading with peripherals.
I just don't believe it.
I'm just good. I don't know, I can just see the whole picture. I mean, the only time is if they're speaking really, like those scenes where they're like just belting words out like really, really, really fast. I'll either have to be like the text was too fast for me to read, or I'd be like I
Yeah.
had to focus on because it was happening so fast, and I just don't.
I don't
It's
know.
just
My
the
Golden
same thing.
Kamui's still funny in English.
I'm sure. I mean, you've sent me scenes that were dubbed from YouTube.
It's so hard to
So-
find any choice, though. I kind of take what I can get. Like,
I'm not. No, probably. I mean, I've done it before. We go see. There's certain animes that I won't watch in Japanese though, and we've talked about those. Like Dragon Ball Z's one.
but I wonder if that's just because you had to watch them in English first.
Probably.
Yeah,
You introduced me to Code Geass in English,
yeah.
so
Baccano is the only way to watch that's in English. Fuck off.
yeah, I don't think the one
You
thing with
lose so much from them actually using like American
Accents.
accents. Yeah,
Yeah,
even if
'cause-
they're not perfectly accurate.
I can't hear accents in Japanese. So if they,
Yeah.
the only accents I can hear is if they're trying to do the shitty American one, and it's just horrid.
That's the one time I want to watch subbed is when they speak English. It's great.
It is
I
funny.
watch JoJo subbed.
I always wonder too, though, because I've never actually gone to look like those times where they have an English speaker speaking.
If they
but it's
speak
a
weird.
If the dub version makes them speak weird,
I
does
know
it?
sometimes they do that too.
You should just leave the original dubbing in for that one section.
Yeah. Oh no!
Those were I forgot what it was. I'm gonna remember like tomorrow. But there was one that I was watching, and then someone just started speaking English. And I was like, "Oh, that's a bilingual voice actor right there." That was good English. That wasn't shitty,
Maybe it was
terrible.
Connor.
I was like, "Damn, whatever that is, it's good." But like, yeah. So, Yu Yu Hakusho would be one. If I watch that again, I'll probably watch it in English.
See, I especially like dubs that'll take a joke that's steeped too much in like I don't want to say too much. Too much is the wrong word, but steeped heavily in Japanese culture to the point I wouldn't even get it and just Americanize it for me. As blasphemous as that might sound.
Oh, here's one that I haven't seen, but I would choose to watch in English over sub.
Oh, there's a few list in my head.
Cowboy Bebop.
Fair, yeah. I mean, it's Jason Blum's probably greatest performance of his life.
Yeah. So I can't.
Space
not do it.
Dandy. I'm telling you right now, if you watch Space Dandy, you watch that fucking thing dubbed. It came out in dub before sub, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
It's a dub only. And another one I would say that for, Panty and Stocking.
Oh yes.
Dub is the way to watch Panty and Stocking. It is inspired by American cartoons. The dub did incredible things for it, popularity-wise. Is the de facto way to watch Panty and Stocking.
'Cause I'm trying to think of some other anime that like I haven't watched
That you would choose dub.
that would choose dub. But
Golden Kamui's so hard because I personally love the dub and would love to recommend the dub, but it's also one of those things that there's an incredible argument for watching subbed because it is so heavily steeped in Japanese culture. It is literally about Japanese history and native Japanese people,
right.
like their Native Americans and their tribes. So it is, and their food, what those cultures ate. Like, it's so deep in culture that it's probably a huge argument to actually just watch it in Japanese.
There's not really a thing I think of like I mean, other than ones I've already seen, like some like big names that'd be like, but like the big ones that for me that I'll always watch in English dubbed is Hellsing because
FMA.
that voice is that I can actually do that FMA either one. I've seen it both.
I can't do Edward. I can't do Edward any other way. And Edward by any other voice.
I mean, I would honestly probably prefer the English for.
And Johnny Young Bosch on Mustang.
I was just gonna say for Mustang.
Oh my god, yes. Armstrong. Come on.
Oh yeah,
Come on.
That Armstrong.
They can both
yeah.
be good, but dub's the right way.
I love Johnny Young Bosch for every role except Ichigo.
I love Johnny Young Bosch for every role.
Oh, that's another one I would choose because not because of Johnny Young Bosch, but for everyone in the show. Sengoku Basara.
Oh yeah, was it Yukimura?
Yeah, he was Yukimura.
I think I heard him in either Cyberpunk Edge Runners or the Cyberpunk game, but he was just like a victim. Honestly,
pretty
I was
sure-
like, that was Johnny Young Bush.
Pretty sure Crunchyroll has season 3 of that Sengoku Basara. We never watched
Oh yeah, I
season
bet.
3.
Yeah. Which was weird because didn't we watch the movie and it had like Ieyasu as like an established character when he barely was where we saw in the series?
Yeah.
And some edgy guy. I think it was Mitsunari Ishida. I could be wrong though.
I don't know.
I know more because I play Samurai Warriors than because I've watched the anime. I'm like trying to line it up with the Samurai Warriors character. It's not computing.
Wonder if there's a... They should make a Sengoku Basara Samurai Warriors game.
There was. We played it.
No, have we?
Yeah, we absolutely had to have played it together. There's no way I kept that to myself.
If you did, I would imagine. Let's find out.
Yeah.
Samurai...
Yeah, good luck, my boy. You're going to have to do a game.
Yeah, game. Yeah, let's go to images.
I swear we had to have played it together. There's no way I just played it by myself.
It's a PS3 game.
Sure was. I absolutely remember playing it. But again, I've played every Samurai Warriors game besides the newest one,
Does it play
too.
like Samurai Warriors?
It absolutely does. It's literally just the same thing, but with the anime instead of the Samurai Warriors models.
Why would this...
Sponsored. They're sponsored, bro.
Just gonna... Hopefully this is muted. It is, okay. Damn, ads.
You're gonna be like, man, this looks like Dynasty Warriors.
Probably, which means I haven't turned on my PS3 in fucking years.
Neither have I.
Yeah, see, this is lit.
I can't tell if this is Samurai Warriors or
go ahead.
Sengoku Basara, to be fair. I really can't. The health bars look so much like old school Samurai Warriors. Because I've played all of them. It hurts. Who even is this?
I don't know, he's huge though.
No, see, this looks like Samurai Warriors.
It does.
But the maps are so small.
Sengoku Basara 2.
Show me a character I know.
Right?
From either series.
Oh, the first one was, what's his name?
It's not Yukimura.
No, that's the dude that is friends with Toyotomi. I forget his fucking name.
No.
Let's go over here. Show me Yukimura or fucking one I... Oh, that was Yukimura as an enemy right there.
Oh, hold it.
Yeah, that's the dude,
The guys friends with Mitsu, with Date.
yes.
Yeah, so
Kojiro.
this is definitely Sengoku Basara, because that guy was not a named character in Samurai Warriors for the longest time.
I mean, I'd play this fucking game. Like, I don't care. And there's the one-eyed
I
dragon.
only care about not having the characters, because I definitely don't still own that game.
Just means you'd have to get them.
Yeah, I definitely played it.
Cool.
I feel like we had to have played it together.
I don't
PS3, there's no fucking way we didn't play that together.
Probably. I mean, PS3.
Hey, Thybond, I got this. I know you love Warriors game. I'm just gonna sit here and play the Sengoku Basara one.
And not tell you
From that anime we liked.
I mean, maybe we did, and it's just a gap in my...
It just blends into all of the other ones.
Probably.
The never-ending void.
So, Hellsing, Sengoku Basara, FMA can go either way. DBZ, Code Geass,
Death Note.
Death Note. Yeah, Death Note.
Don't you dare. Bakuno.
Bakuno.
Durarara?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I've only watched it. You know, honestly, probably for Shizuo.
And
Isaiah too, yeah.
Johnny Young Bosch Supremacy.
Oh, yeah. See, there you go. Johnny Bosch, I guess. And I forget which one, but Tenju Tenge. Because every time I go watch it back, I'm like, I don't remember which one I watched it in, and I can watch it in either.
I can almost guarantee you, because I showed you it, that it was English.
First, yeah. But because I own that.
And Suichiro is just so good in English.
And some of the other ones that are, for me, I'm just failing to remember now. But like early Naruto would be fine. I swear to
Did
God.
you watch Beastars dubbed? That's a good ass question.
That was a good question. I feel like I did because of the pressure you put on me to, for one, watch it and to watch it dubbed.
Well, they also did like special like recording techniques for the Japanese. I don't know if that pulled you to the Japanese side. I just really like Legoshi's voice in English.
If I heard it again, I could probably tell you. But like early Naruto, I could probably do in English because I started Naruto in English. And besides, I swear
I feel like you should be able to do all of Naruto in English then. But then again, I don't think I like Toby's voice in English. I actually distinctly remember that.
Well, for Naruto himself, I swear to God, in my mind, I know other people say differently, but in my mind, the English voice actor and the Japanese voice actor sound like the same person speaking two different languages.
And I know in a lot of old dubs, that's what they wanted. They tried to get the English actors to try to emulate the Japanese sound.
But because with me, I stopped watching Naruto. I can remember the exact arc that I got into the problem with. I was like, I watched ahead, was in the Chunin exams. I forget exactly what fight.
Oh, the Valley of Death happened in Japan?
Yeah, well, because I watched all that in AMV format and was like, I need to find out what happens. But it was... Because I can remember like the exact day that I started searching it up, and I feel like at least on that day I watched the episode in the Chunin exams when the Sound Ninjas attack and put everyone to sleep.
Oh shit!
So it was like that episode, or like maybe like 3 or 4 before, and I just watched them all that one day type deal. From then on, I watched all of Naruto subbed. So I've seen 30 something episodes in dub and 700.
So it's still good that you're saying
sub.
you can even stand the dub.
Yeah, because like Kakashi's voices, Kakashi, Sasuke, Sakura, Naruto are all fine
good.
to me.
Yeah.
Rock Lee is good. Neji's fine. Might Guy.
Yep.
I mean, I prefer
like Jiraiya's English voice actor a lot.
I prefer Night Guy's Japanese guy, but I mean, I can deal with it.
Jiraiya had a banging English voice.
And all these old Naruto games, I played those in English. I don't remember these like Uzumaki Chronicles here. All of the
even the Storm games, I don't think you played dubbed.
No.
You got me into Storm.
Yeah, so I mean, all those older games, like PS2, PS3 games, I wasn't playing any games where I was turning it to Japanese voices. So that would have only happened on PS3 and above era. Like late PS3, PS4. Yeah. Let's see what else. Dragon Ball Z there's just no way I've seen that whole fucking thing in English. I can do.
Wait,
the
you
sub too.
Japanese?
No, dubbed. DBZ, all of DBZ.
There's no way you watch that thing in English.
No, there's no way I couldn't watch it.
Okay, I was about to say I was so confused.
No. Yeah, I probably worded it poorly, but there's no way I wouldn't watch in English because I grew up with it in English. All of Dragon Ball and Z. Super, I was forced to watch it in sub because it wasn't airing quick enough. But I've seen it. I mean, Goku's
That's the thing.
Okay.
It's sad to say because it would overwork the industry, but if dub came out at the same time as sub, there wouldn't be nearly as much of a division, I think. I think more people would be open to dub if they didn't have to wait for it.
Because like Goku's Japanese voice actor is so iconic too, but then so is Sean Simmel.
I would say Vegeta's the one that's more, I know you hate him, but he's the one that's more iconic.
I actually dislike
to the
both
English.
of them. I do.
Was it the Goku one that just got in trouble for like marketing himself as the Goku?
It was Vegeta.
Was that Vegeta again?
Because he did the Prince of All Saiyans tour was the name of it, and Toei told him that he's got to change it.
I think it just happened to Goku too. I swear to God.
Oh, I don't know. This was like 2 or 3 years ago.
No, I'm talking. Yeah, I'm talking like this year.
Because listen, especially for something like that, Dragon Ball Z being such an icon globally,
I would call myself the Goku if I voiced English Goku. I'm sorry. I wouldn't go disrespecting people off of that. But in my own circles, in my own press tours, I'd call myself the Goku.
I'd say the English voice of Goku. Because the Goku will always be the original Goku, who is the
On
lady,
the manga page.
The lady who subbed. Because maybe, but it's like, I don't know her name. I need to look it up. Voice. Masako Nozawa. I'm sorry. Nozawa. I do terrible pronunciation. And then Chan Shimmel. Shimmel?
Yeah, I wouldn't go out of my way to disrespect people either. Don't, like, mind you.
I'm just.
But if I was on a press tour, like, hyping myself, I would say I'm Goku.
Yeah, I guess you could do that.
I don't know the full context of what he did, though. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that's exactly what he did. He could have gone more disrespectful or something, but I feel like I would at least have the right to say I'm Goku without having to preface it all the time.
Oh, no, I'm just like, because it's
but
like,
if he's like the one and only, that's.
Yeah, I guess it would be how, because it's like you're just.
Especially
doing
if you're
voiceover,
touring your
you know what I
own
mean?
country, too.
Yeah, I mean, it's the thing. I'm sure the Toei has some stuff for reservations about it. But whatever. I don't give a fuck.
And again, still not even. I would need a refresher on the full context of what he did specifically, too. Because I could be making light of something way worse. I would not imagine Goku's voice coming out of that face.
I know, right? I've seen him do. 2020. Oh, no. That's not what we want.
Oof, yeah, that's not what you want. That's a weird one.
No, just like leaked recordings, revealed DBZ cast of stuff.
More Vic Magnolia shit. They must have gotten a big argument.
But yeah,
that's another fun one right above the pictures.
2019.
Okay, fuck.
I've seen him on the mic, like belting it out, and you're like, damn, dude. I mean, he's a very talented voice actor.
Oh, yeah. I think both of them are. I like Vegeta's voice actor. I stand by it. I think he does good work. I'm
in the camp that he does good work on one character. Because
I'd have to see the full list again, because I feel like I've seen him do something creative recently. But for the most part, yes, you are absolutely right. They hire him for that voice, and he does that voice.
Because the Vegeta is also not the original Vegeta voice actor either.
Of course not. They're English dubs.
No. But because back in the early days of dubbing, there was one dude that did like 90% of the fucking DBZ cast.
It's funny. He also
Piccolo,
doesn't look like how to imagine.
Yeah, it was like Vegeta, Piccolo, and I forget who else. There was like 3 other people that he did. I would go through some of the old games.
He did a shitload of that work.
I forget who the original voice actors.
I should probably start with more recent.
Only lists Chris Sabat. Let's see, because it was there. Unless it was Chris Sabat the whole time.
Oh my god! Vegeta, Piccolo, King Vegeta, Zarbon, Shenron, Gogeta. That's the Broly movie, the newer one.
Is it all Chris Sabat?
That's Chris Sabat.
Yeah.
And voice director. So you gotta give him some props there. Shenron does not sound like Vegeta.
Well, Shenron also
has like 8 voice filters. Yeah, you're fair. Yeah, fair.
Piccolo totally sounds very similar to Vegeta, though. It's just like a more monotoned thing.
He played a black guy on Penny and Stocking. A very stereotypical black guy too, might I add. He did a good job, though. Yamcha. Also, Vegeta, Piccolo, Yamcha, Vegito.
Mr. Popo. No, deadass, Mr. Popo. I had to look it up after what you just said.
Thank you so much. I needed that context. So he does have some chops on him, but he gets hired for that voice a lot too.
Yes.
You can tell.
Hey, listen,
if you go to hire him for All Might, you're hiring him for the Vegeta voice.
Listen, if that's what's getting him
Paid.
that cake, keep at it, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just the ego that's really a problem.
Yeah, but I mean, fuck it. Who cares what everyone else thinks?
That's weird.
The dub voice of
That's
Vegeta and like
weird.
20 other people, and you've made bank over the years doing it. So
What the hell does that mean?
what?
One Piece, 2007 to present. Roanora Zoro, Vegeta, Piccolo. What?
Well, first off, why are you saying Gogeta and Vegito? Because it's both of their voices mixed in at the same time.
I just do.
Which I'm sure that's got to be a nightmare to record, because you also got to have them saying.
Yeah, that's an editor's nightmare too.
Well, yeah, because you have to say this, like, if someone holds a vowel too long or something, it's not going to sync up. So they need to get all the syllables together.
You know what this man's greatest not Vegeta voice was?
What?
He's Kuwabara.
Damn.
Let's go down to the... Oh, I can't do a Kuwabara voice. I'm done. I ended there. That's the rare clip of Kuwabara, everybody.
Then my dreams
You're
have been...
Messi. You're a Messi.
You're Messi.
You're a Messi.
Then my hopes have been dashed, because there's a 0% chance that Chris Sabat worked with Team 4 Star for...
No way.
There's no way.
That guy's just an amazing interpreter. I've always known it.
Because that's one of the things, too, because someone at a panel asked Sean Schimmel about Team 4 Star, and he shit all over Team 4 Star. I'm like, dude, you're in voice acting and you don't understand parody law? Trying to say that he was, like, shilling for Toei, saying that, they shouldn't be doing that. And I'm like, dude, you're doing literally the same thing.
And this is the kind of stuff that leads to people having, like, a passion in voice acting, too. It's just sad all around to do that.
Yeah. Like, have you watched DBZ Abridged? Like, the older ones? I know you haven't recently.
That way back in the day. And I did watch some of the clips you sent me recently when you were getting back into it.
Well, I didn't, because they've been released and they finally did the Boo Saga.
He does a great Garland also.
Garland?
Yeah, he's Garland in Dissidia.
Oh. Well, yeah, I mean, that's the same
And
voice.
Stranger of Paradise, but same fucking character.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just
It
Piccolo.
is still the Vegeta voice, yeah.
It's the Vegeta
It's the
Piccolo.
voice.
It's the voice. But, I don't know, it's... Whatever. English voice. He's getting paid for it.
Good on him.
Not for me. In the sense that...
I like his work.
Well, no, not even... What am I saying? Not for me. I don't know where I was going with that. But it's just not...
Literally.
It's not... For me, it's not... There's other voice actors that you're sitting here and you're like, there's no way these two people are voiced by the same person. You know what I mean? Anytime I hear Chris Sabat's voice, I'm going, that's Chris Sabat.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other people that are like that too. You know what I mean? But, like, he's the notable one that sticks out that I'm like...
Every time it's just like...
Because there's actors in Hollywood at the same time.
Jason Blum, it's the same deal. Jason Blum sounds the same every time. That's Spike Spiegel, Tom from Toonami.
Because, like, I mean, there's Hollywood actors that are the same way. It's like, you look at me like you're playing the same character with a different name.
Hi, Tom Cruise. Hi again. How you doing?
Yeah.
To be fair, it's because of all the Mission Impossible movies, too, that really stacked up the literal same character in his portfolio.
Bill Burr does it, too, but he's open about it. He says,
Bill, I hate that he downplayed his role in Mandalorian. He did a banger job on The Mandalorian.
He did.
That was a good character acting.
Yeah, because I remember him talking about it before The Mandalorian came out, that he was in it, but saying he plays a small role. And yeah, in season 1, but is it season 2 that they team up back again?
And like, that was an amazing character piece.
Yeah, with his trauma of the things.
Yeah, and him sitting there in front of that, like his superior officer that time. Like, that was an amazing part. That's edging on, I was trying to remember his regular name, but the Mandalorian himself, to take his helmet off.
It's like that's how
him
you do
understanding
an
the
X.
weight of it, getting him to put it back on before it's.
That's how you do an ex stormtrooper instead of what fucking they did to
Danny Trejo. No.
Danny Trejo.
I was a stormtrooper once. Shit. I know who you like, though. Finn.
Yeah, Finn.
Ortega. Yeah. Danny Ortega.
Danny Trejo.
Oh, that'd be great casting, though.
Imagine Danny Trejo
but
as a
he was a great
Jedi.
actor. They fed him such awful material.
Yes. And they
fucked up his character.
It was such a good thing that
he had so much shit to say about them too after too.
Yeah. Dude, how good would that have been if you turned a stormtrooper turned Jedi?
Stormtrooper turned Jedi or Stormtrooper turned into badass Han Solo type.
They
could have still saved that.
I think it should have been both of them were the Jedi.
Because then they could start a new order again.
Well, not even that. Then you could try and convince me that the two of them are gonna beat fucking Kylo Ren. I just refuse to believe that Rey is strong enough to beat Kylo with a week of training.
I still didn't watch when Kylo lost, so I'm not gonna watch the third movie.
Don't. It's fucking terrible. It's better than the second one, but still bad. Definitely the two worst of all of the. Well, I'm
we already shat on Star Wars enough. We had a Star Wars episode, pretty much.
I haven't seen Han Solo movie, but I heard that was pretty bad too. But
it had its moments. But yeah,
watch Rogue One. That movie's fucking dope.
Yeah,
I like that. But anyway,
it's good. But someone hit me with this once. Well, not someone, but just like listening to people talk about it. Name a character from Rogue One. Right now.
Darth Vader.
name a character from only Rogue One.
I know they're on the planet Endor or something at one point because they made a show about it.
I know. It was a pretty ball busting moment for me too. I was like,
Director Krennic.
So I was also like, I really like the droid, but I didn't remember what he was called either. I couldn't remember any of them.
I remember that. Don't choke on your aspirations, Director Krennic. Vader chokes him out. Yeah, no.
I agree with you though. It was a great movie, but someone hit me with that once. I was like, ooh.
I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me. I am one with the Force. And
That guy.
That guy. Yeah, no. Whatever. Fine by me.
But yeah, Bill Burr was great in that, and he needs to stop downplaying himself over it. He did a really good job.
Yes. Maybe he was referring to his season 1 portrayal where he was in half an episode.
I thought he did all right, but yeah, that'd be fair. It was a lot less time.
And then came back and killed it in season 2.
Yeah, again, it was great, especially for a non-actor.
I fucking love Bill Burr. He's so funny.
He is funny.
But he's totally right, though. All of his characters, because I've seen him in other movies. He's just Bill Burr with a different voice. Like, he makes cameos. And I'm like, oh, it's Bill Burr. Playing Bill Burr with the name of so-and-so. But it's still great. I love seeing it every time because he's fucking hilarious.
So, to live up to our name, let's spend a moment to not talk about Sakumoto. Awesome.
And speak about the chapters we did read.
And now just live up to our other name, the Kagura Arbachi's podcast.
Finally getting a enchanted sword battle.
Yes.
Next week.
Which also made me realize that he is kind of fucked against his true enemies, because he's just a dude using enchanted sword. They're ones that actually have magic and also are using an enchanted sword.
Well, he's also only been learning for 3 years, too. Who knows how much experience these guys got.
Yeah.
And this one guy we saw today, he was just fucking murdering everybody.
I know. And it was...
I totally saw it. That I was like, you just got tortured. And you sold all of your info to them, and you think that you're just going to walk away from this life? I was like, dude, I've been reading this for 7 chapters, and even I know you're dead in the next few pages.
One sec, I took some screenshots here.
It was super sad to see his sister was in the car too, though.
Exactly. I went back for that, because he's even like, that woman was just unconscious. She's still alive.
Not anymore.
Yeah, why did you keep her alive?
And
You
then
do
the
just
car-
let her blow up. Okay, and then what? This confused the shit out of me.
What?
This whole page. This entire page.
Just
Here.
the-
Here's
okay,
here's
let me-
this page. Who is this person?
It looks like just someone that was like walking by.
Because it looks like a flashback. Kind of because the shading. But at the same time, it's not.
Different
But
than
then they're
whoever
there.
this person is. Yeah.
Yeah, it confused the shit out of me, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, that's just a screenshot.
Because it was like right after the explosion too. Like I think these two are like back to back, maybe even. And then this person's asking to kill the boy with the scar. It's just, that was the one page that confused me. I like
Figures the first dude that we fight is a fucking like psychopath, crazy boy.
Yeah.
Obviously, Kagura is gonna win somehow.
Chihiro.
His name is Kagura.
His name's Kagurabachi.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck what they say his name is. His name is Kagura. All right, that's forever what I'm calling him. Or Mr. Bachi.
Mr. Bachi. That's the other thing too. Did he get put under a trance by this person then? Because the way he said it, it made it sound like it was. That it felt like such a long time. It didn't look like a long time.
Definitely didn't. But I'm super excited for next week's chapter
Yes.
to finally see what's
Some
going to
all-out
happen.
fighting.
Yeah, what's going to happen when two enchanted blades clash.
It's also going to be interesting when he gets Cloud Gouger. Is he going to keep 3 swords by his side? Is he going to replace his normal sword with Cloud Gouger?
I think that would be the best option to carry. Always be carrying 2.
Yeah.
And then just as you gather the rest, then start worrying
Bringing
about...
them mission and mission.
Well, yeah, because
Thinking
then you
about
have an
matchups.
arsenal somewhere. It's like, yeah, exactly. Thinking about matchups.
Because you're not going to carry all of them on you at all times. Maybe give one to Mr. Shiba while you're working on it because you trust him. Clearly,
yeah,
you
because
trust him.
also, like, Kagura knows what all of them do because his dad made them. So
Yeah, he at least has an idea of it. Because he was able to specifically point out Cloud Gouger based on just hearing about the clouds. I doubt it was just the name.
Same. Well, I mean, we'll figure that based like later. Like,
'Cause
in the
despite-
fight too, it should tell us. You would think, oh, okay, so Cloud Gadger is able to do this, so I should have to do this to avoid that deal.
So I was also thinking when you mentioned that they might have more experience with their blades by now, he might also have more info on them, being the son of the man that made them.
Yeah, so he might have access to knowing all of the blade's secrets, whereas they are just fumbling around with its ability. But each one of them are their own sorcerers, so they should also have their own technique.
Yeah,
on
their own
top
magic.
of having whatever this enchanted blade does. And so far, we've only seen the enchanted blade stuff from Kagura. Told you, that's just his name now.
You get that every time before I could say Chihiro. Every time. Before I forget again. Chainsaw Man.
Oh, yes. We got Quan Chi coming in to save the day,
Of course, of course.
but I still think that they didn't need saving.
Oh man, I actually in the time this whole week went by, I forgot how crazy Bareem is.
Yeah.
Chainsaw Man has spoken to me with a revelation.
That little girl's a witch.
Yes.
But it's like, you're just random dudes with chainsaws coming at you, and was he the flamethrower weapon?
Flamethrower devil
Yeah.
hybrid.
And you got the Chainsaw Man, the reincarnation of the fucking Control Devil, and what's her name?
We don't even know what she can do yet. I forgot, and I keep wanting to remember her name. Because I do like her character so far.
Agreed. But then Quan Chi
I want
just
to say
comes
Mifune,
in
but I could be wrong. That could just be one of her names. Yeah, Quan Chi.
with the exact same stance from the last chapter, I
Yeah.
might add. So, not to throw shade at anyone, just be like, it looks like the same thing, just
But also
different
leaping
heads.
and breaking her legs. Which was Neato Cheetos.
Oh yeah, when she jumped from like super high and then just smush.
These are moments where I do love, though, like the pacing of Fujimoto and how he draws. When she's like crouched down and they're incoming, and then she just instantly blitzes them all.
And then you get 5 pages of no dialogue.
So, yeah, that's how that one goes. On a 14-page chapter.
On a 14-page chapter, 5 of them have nothing to say. Well, that's not true because the drawings.
Speaking of the drawings having something to say.
Oh yeah.
Come on, that was great.
I still feel like it might, but I mean, no one else has. I've seen nobody talk about it.
No, and I mean, I obviously don't have a huge amount of reach. So it's not like I was going to get comments on mine, but no one said anything on my post either. But it does look so specifically placed. The guy on the right with his arms up like this, and a person above him, really strikes out to me as it could be like kanji.
And like the claw that comes out of the ground.
The claw seems also very specific because I don't even know where that's coming from. It's just there.
I don't know. As the second I saw it, I was like, I feel like that could spell something out, like the way these bodies are laid out. And then I was looking at it, and I was like, maybe that could be like a P or an R. It's like, and then this, I was like, and then I lose it. And I was like, the guy laying on the ground could be a Y. But then it's like, yeah.
Because the last time you drew something, it was in English. The
Makima with all the limbs.
With the limbs the Darkness Devil cut off. I gave up almost immediately because I thought this one might be kanji because some of them look like they could be shaping out like more specific characters. But now that I'm looking more, I don't know. The guy cutting the guy in the middle looks like it could definitely be an M. Straight up.
Yeah.
Like I want to. It's the tentacle looks like it could be doing a C, but that also could be. It could be fucking anything because the guy hanging down, it could kind of form like an A-ish. Or we could
just be stupid and this has nothing to do with anything, and it's just a picture.
It's just so weird.
It is weird. I don't know. I saw it like the second I saw it, I was like that.
Because like, what is blood swinging at over here? The person that would presumably make up the second letter. What are you swinging at, bro?
Exactly nothing. Unless he's trying like
to hit these tentacles really badly.
Yeah, or you'd think there'd be like an effect on what the claw coming out of the ground.
Yes, or somebody calling it.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know.
No, I don't blame you for thinking it could be. It seems so very purposefully placed.
I don't know. 20 chapters from now, people will say something about it. The real heroes will come forth and describe what it is. Or it'll be forgotten to the ages.
No, I gotta think about this more on my own. I could think about this forever.
And then some random old dude just pointing out to Denji that he's a chainsaw wannabe. Poor Denji, man. It's being the real Chainsaw Man, and then all these phonies.
I'm more trying to insert like names I know into it and see if they spell it now. Because the guy at the end could be a U, and that could be Yoru, but I don't see an O. But I do kind of see an R with the guy that's slashing at fucking nothing.
Right.
And again, those two guys look like an M so fucking bad. I don't know.
Fuck it.
And again, I could think about that one forever.
And then, again, watch it amount to nothing.
Also, I've heard some people say this is the first bald person in Chainsaw Man.
This dude right here?
Yeah.
Poor guy. Excuse me.
And them mentioning the burning gets rid of them, I find is very apt timing.
For a fire devil to show up?
Yeah, and for Flamethrower Man to be right there.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, there's not too much to dive into with this Chainsaw Man chapter because 5 pages of just action. But hey, things are moving, right? Things are happening.
They are.
So, I'm happy. You're happy. We're all happy. JJK was just okay for me, but you loved it.
I did love it. It's nice getting a better glimpse into Takuba's character. Let me go over to that real quick.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't care for a flashback for him anyway, so the fact that we got one was just like, meh.
I don't know. I dug it.
It
Was a little long of a flashback. I'll give you some credit. I mean, it wasn't all of it that I thought was ooh, but I needed the context for the parts that I thought were good.
Yeah.
Like that's not what this is about. I want you to take this seriously. Like he's putting his passion into this, but
but that just means that next week when it gets back to the stuff that I liked from last week, I think Kenjaku's in for it right now, in for the like a run for his money type deal, in the sense that he's gonna have to try. He's not gonna just walk through this fight like he thought he was going to.
This is where it was really like getting compelling for me, like seeing him post having to give up and being sad about it and talking to his younger self. Like I thought that was some of the good stuff. And then this. At first people were like, is that Ghetto coming through?
Yeah, like I said too when we were talking about it, after I read it, I was like, I didn't even...
Someone even commented to me saying the same thing too, being like, yeah, that's what's going on. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? To me saying that it was Takuba's technique, I was like, I swear I saw people thinking it was Ghetto.
It just instantly came up to me. I was like, oh wow, Takuba's technique's working again, so...
Like, it was interesting that it took, like, his own agency away from him, because before it was, like, putting stuff on him, but it wasn't making Kenjaku do something.
I like how it talks about Kenjaku in his 20s, when Kenjaku is now currently in, like, his
That's why people were saying Ghetto.
Yeah. I love that panel, though. It's like, that's a perfect
What
bravo.
A perfect prostration. That was the only page I saw spoiled to me, and it was just so great out of context.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. That one page. But
gotta wait till 2 weeks from now.
JJK's on break this next coming up week.
Is Chainsaw Man on break?
Is it? No chapter tomorrow either.
Breaksaw Man.
Breaksaw Man?
Yeah, I put that in the description of the last episode too. Or one of the timestamps. I just snuck it in there. That was sad.
Is just Shonen on break next week? No, because One Piece is coming out next week.
No, Kagurabachi's coming out next week. Shoujo no in 4 days. Oh man, this Sakumoto banner's so clean.
It is.
It is so clean.
Be a darn tootin' shame if someone weren't reading it.
I give you got one more week to make some progress. If you don't make it to 20, man, read some of it.
Gotta keep the memes going.
I read it too. If I catch up to ChoujinX and you don't have some progress on Sakumoto, I'm binging Sakumoto. Unless somehow, some way, Bluelock comes in with the steel chair and hits me over the head. Because I'm seeing a lot more talk about like recent chapters. I'm like, fuck, I really don't want to get like spoiled. Like,
right. I mean, how far are you behind now in that? You got to be somewhere.
I'm like at least
20.
I'm more than a whole match behind in it. I don't know chapter count wise, but I know I'm more than a whole match now.
20 is 5 months. How long has it been since you read it?
It doesn't feel like 5 months, but it also doesn't feel like we've done this many episodes of the podcast, to be fair.
38. We're coming up.
Let's see if I can Google this one. Oh, wait, no, I have my fucking tabs. What am I talking about? One sec.
Uno más.
I'll find my Bluelock tab.
Well, I mean, it's got to be somewhere around 20 chapters that you're behind in now.
It's got to be a whole match.
Because, I mean...
A whole Isagi match.
Maybe less than that, actually, because how long ago was the anime? And then you binged the anime after...
Yeah, well, no, I
mean, the manga after the anime.
After 3 episodes of the anime.
Oh.
That's literally... It was like after the 2nd or 3rd episode weekly that I said, you know what? I'm just going to read this. So, the last match I watched started at chapter 202.
So many chapters, too, for that. That's so much.
Yeah, it's real long. Because there's very little downtime in there, really, too. It's like constantly doing tests and matches.
Mm-hmm.
I know when I caught up to it, at least, I want to say it was after the next match that the anime is going to cover, which was a really long match too.
Mm-hmm.
Really long, really huge. All right. So 202 is where they said. Never mind, I'm not going to find this. These chapter titles are absolutely awful. What the fuck is this?
They have chapter titles?
Well, every manga has chapter titles.
I'm not sure, just the Shonen doesn't tell you what it is. Shonen Jump. Because instead it's like...
Some of them
chapter...
do. It's mixed into the first page.
Oh, well, yeah, first page. If you click on... I meant like when you're looking through the app.
Oh, no, I'm looking through Wikipedia.
Oh.
Because this, yeah.
That makes more sense.
Sorry. But yeah, ready? Chapter 202, where this match is supposed to start. Heart of Sword. Oh. Overheat. War Buddies.
The fuck does that have anything to do with soccer?
Oh, okay. Okay. I got a descriptive one now.
Enough to tell you where you are in the manga?
Kinda. Because it said versus a team that I haven't seen yet.
Huh. So you're at least not that far. What chapter number is that?
207.
And the current volume number? Like the newest chapter number?
207, 230. So yeah.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I'm about 23 chapters behind. Because now, from what I've seen, they're in a match without Isagi even playing right now. It seems to be 2 different teams that he's not involved in playing.
Which is funny to me, because he's the main character.
He is, but I mean...
There's a good side cast, yeah. So yeah, you can...
Because I've seen Rin playing against a team Isagi's not on. Cause I think it's Nagi's team.
Oh, Rin, that dude you said falls off so hard.
I think he falls off. People are still liking him somehow. I thought he fell off so hard. Like, he's still a good player, mind you. He didn't fall off soccer-wise. I think he fell off characterization-wise.
It's kind of like the worst way to fall off, though.
He's so silly and edgy now to me. Too edgy.
Too edged.
I like edge, but he went past my edge threshold.
Sadness.
But I'll talk more Bluelock when I catch up in Bluelock. Oh, that's why. Sakumoto, that's why. Read Sakumoto. God damn it.
Sakumoto.
It was a good showdown, too. I hate to call it like a battle or a 1v1.
Right.
When it's like John Wick style combat, but...
I feel you, though.
That or just say you're not going to read it. I'll go ahead and read it.
Oh, well, I just need to fucking stop being a little bitch or whatever and just fucking do it. I really just don't have an excuse other than to meme around.
I know you don't. Because then it pops every once in a while and you're like, oh yeah, we're in Tokyo Ghoul on break.
The other day.
Oh, but I can't read stuff on break.
My problem is I need to, because I sit down with my sandwich and I just open YouTube and start scrolling through shorts. And then when I'm like, oh, I should read Sakumoto. And I'm like, oh, I got like 3 minutes left on my break. Well, gonna watch 2 more shorts. So I need to like because I'm sitting. It's way easier while eating to just watch something while the act of eating. But then when I'm done eating and I still have time to just sit there, I could read something. But then the hook, the claws getting you of YouTube shorts or YouTube videos. If I'm watching a video or listening to a podcast or something and it's in an interesting moment, I'm like, I can't turn off from this right now.
I feel because I read a lot of manga at work sometimes. Sometimes.
Side note, too, though, have you still been playing a lot of mobile games at work, like the ones that you're able to?
Yes, and that's what takes away from reading manga.
Because you were fucking closing in fast.
Oh, I haven't played Fate in ages.
Fate.
I've been playing like Magic Chess and Marvel Snap at work. Because it's...
Isn't Marble Snap a PvP game, though?
Yeah, but it's a card game.
Yeah, but I mean, I understand Fate because it's turn-based. You just, like, click a few buttons a few times here and there. But
well, keep in mind, it's Magic is one of the very few card games where you can actually play stuff on other people's turns. Marvel Snap, I'm more laying out my thing. I hit yes, and then it reveals what we both did, and then we lay out the next turn. And the matches are literally, like, hard capped at 3 minutes. You will not have a Marvel Snap game run you over the 5-minute mark ever.
Really?
Really. 100%. There's 6 turns, and there's one card in the game that can make it 7 turns. So it's really quick, too.
Well, there you go.
Which, thank God. Because I literally... This would be the receipt machine. My phone right here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, gas on that phone. Okay, yeah. Yep, run your card. Yep, next person.
So that's literally just what you did the whole time?
Yeah.
There you go.
Or at least until my dailies are done. And then I might play a few extra matches here or there. But each night when I log on and I get all my daily matches, I bust them all out at work. But then if I open a manga chapter and read it, that's all it takes. Just one, I will read more that day. like I can't just open one chapter of ChoujinX and read it. I bust out like 3 more right there.
I haven't read any like multiples of it. I just like this week I just read the weekly stuff. I didn't read anything else.
And just so for the podcast sake, I'm going to say it again. Read Gachi Akuta. I'm not going to geek out too hard. I was sending him screenshots the whole time. So I'm not going to sit here and ruin like the whole plot or anything. But it's fucking slapping right now.
There you go.
Goddamn slapping. 71 chapters right now.
So definitely past. It's Jump Plus, right?
No.
Kodansha?
Yes.
Kodansha. Well, Kodansha also doesn't fucking cancel manga left, right, and center like Shonen does, so it's not that I'm aware of.
Wish more people would hop on it. It needs an anime, because it's Kodansha, it needs an anime. That's what made Bluelock pop off. That's what makes most Kodansha properties I know pop off.
Truth.
Tokyo Revengers. Isn't Attack on Titan Kodansha, I believe?
It is, yes.
Yep, that's what made Attack on Titan pop off.
Which just ended.
Yep.
Which I don't know why people were mad at the ending in the manga.
I think mad is a strong...
Dissatisfied?
No. I don't think it's a strong word for their reaction. I think it's a strong reaction. I think dissatisfied would have been a more...
played down version of how they felt.
Yeah, I think that dissatisfied would be more reasonable. But that's not what they were.
Well, because I already knew the whole time. It's pretty obvious that Aaron was trying to pull
it's literally my partner. He's like, how does it end? I'm like, you literally grab Code Geass's ending, you pull it out, and you put it in the book.
Yeah. Just... Lelouch threatens to destroy the world with flares.
Yeah.
Aaron destroys the world with the rumbling. 80%.
Aaron is Lelouch with less foresight.
Yeah. but at the same time with
more.
stuff
Yeah, I
saying.
know, it's so funny.
Because like they explain a lot more. Like he was while he was connected to the paths, what they're called it, that he was viewing all of the history of all Titans simultaneously, both past, present, and future.
That was the part that actually made me less. I don't even know what the word for it is. Cringe with that scene in the water with him crying.
Because that's immediately after he tells because he's with Armin.
Yeah.
Because he went because he has access with the paths and being connected with Ymir and Zeke with royal blood. He has access to be able to communicate individually with any Eldian. So he would go. They don't spoon feed it to you either. You just have to make the assumption.
That would be a lot of time it would take to spoon feed you that one.
So he would go to Mikasa and Armin multiple times and talk to them throughout the stuff, but then he would erase their memories of that event, and then when he died, he set it to a trigger to where it would release all those memories back to the two of them. Because he explained to Armin what he was gonna do before he did it. Because while you see those scenes with him talking to Armin, because you don't see that scene until, I mean, you don't care if I say anything to you, right? Don't. It's Mikasa, Levi blows open the teeth in the Titan.
You could have left that part out.
So he's walking in to make a hole because he's inside the mouth. Ugh. So the meme I saw earlier to say was Eren dies in the mouth of a Titan. And also in season 1 dies in the mouth of a Titan, quote unquote. Yeah. Remember, he pushes Armin out and gets his hand bit off and swallowed. But Mikasa rushes in and sees Eren there, and he's like, it's just his head, but he's connected to the thing, and she decapitates him right there, and then catches his head and kisses him. And that's what Ymir was looking for, because Ymir told Eren basically, like, you know, Mikasa's the one for this, that, and the other because of something she did, but Eren doesn't know what she did because it happens after Eren dies. Eren's memories only go up to that moment. So he knows that's probably the moment he dies, but he doesn't know what Mikasa did because she did it after he dies by kissing him. Proving that love can still happen in this world, so Ymir is like, okay.
But him seeing all futures is what made me understand him being a little bitch about Makima. Because in his own timeline,
Mikasa.
That made no sense to me.
Not Makima.
I thought I said Mikasa.
You said Makima.
I was thinking Mikasa.
It's all good. Yeah, because he even tells Armin that he tried it multiple different ways, and it always ended out the same way. It's like, this is the best way that he saw in his path forward. Anything else always led to war or some shit the other. But so he's talking to Armin in his, because he basically asks, just trying to like talk to Armin too. He'd be like, yo, what's the way to do this? And then he just like straight up, because he's sitting there with Armin, he's like, no matter what happens, it plays out at the end the same way, no matter how many times I tried this, that, the other. And then he goes and he tells Armin straight to the face, he's like, 80% of people, 80% of the population of the world, that's how many people I'm gonna kill. And Armin just punches him in the face. That's what the bruise is for. He's like, attacks him. 80%, you fucking... But the anime, I saw it left out a panel of Armin thanking Eren for becoming a mass murderer for them.
Thank you for becoming Hitler.
Basically. Mass genocide. But that final scene that that I told you I got spoiled about on the podcast before too, about how war still comes to them anyway.
Did they do it?
They did. While the credits are rolling, it shows it, but it's so far in the future, it's ridiculous. Yeah. It's like, I mean, humans are always gonna return back to war. I mean, it's just our culture. So that's basically what this story is telling anyway. but it was many years because it showed where Eren was buried, and then the credits roll focused on him with like it's on the tree on a hill, and in the background you can see like the main city, and then you see technological growth that turns into like you're looking at a picture of cyberpunk with a tree on the fucking thing, and that's what gets nuked and dropped missiles and shit on. So it also shows that Mikasa died of old age and was buried there with Eren. Yeah. So this is like, I don't know, 100 years later, maybe more, that war came back to the land, but that's all he wanted was to give his friends a life of peace.
You know what's really fair about that message, too? About as much time, probably, as when the Founding Titan ended his war and retreated to the fucking... Not the Founding Titan, but what's his face?
King Fritz?
Yeah.
Well, no, that's the original king. But I know which one you're talking about.
But ended his war and secluded himself from then to Marley. Because it's not war that they were dumping Titans on their island.
No, that was...
It felt like war to them, but that was just trash dump execution.
Well, that's because the king... I forget his name, but the king that came over with the Founding Titan brought a bunch of Eldians, not all Eldians, a bunch of them to the island, Paradise Island, built the walls with the rumbling dudes.
Well, to be fair, that actually only ended war between the two of them. Marley was in so many wars in that time.
Yeah. Marley was in a war between seasons.
Yeah.
Between Wit and Mappa. They went to war with other nations.
Yeah, so okay. There's still war in the world. Just not with the Eldians.
Well, the problem is because Eren gets rid of 80% of the population.
There's not enough people to war anymore.
And also removes all Titan powers.
And the way he did it was from a radius outward, so the survivors are all in the radius.
very far outwards. Because he doesn't count...
There's no others.
He doesn't count the island as that percent. It's the 80% of the outside world is what I count. Those surviving 20%.
Okay, so there is others, technically, but it's just like... Yeah.
I liked it.
Good.
There's some sick scenes. Closure on everything. You don't get any hang-ups of, well, what happened here? You know what I mean? There's none of that. I think it was a good end to the show. And I think that Attack on Titan as a whole will go down in history, in anime history. So it'll be definitely one of the ones that people talked about for a long time.
Surely. It already was before the ending.
Exactly. But I don't think, because, you can say that an ending can ruin a show. And I was worried about the Attack on Titan because of what people said in the manga. But I don't think it did at all. I mean, I guess there were people like Eren's, I think it was Eren's response, like the fact that Eren wasn't a bad guy. They wanted Eren to be a bad guy, maybe? I haven't really looked into it. I need to go look at like old forums and see what people are talking about. They want him to be
cool. That's what it sounds like to me, because there's just so many people complain that he was like little bitch boy. In their words, not mine.
It's just a tortured soul that his entire life wanted freedom, but the irony is that he was a slave to freedom.
They want him to be Lelouch.
Yeah, well, that message isn't the same, so
no.
It's similar in the sense that he wanted Eren and Mikasa to be viewed as the heroes that saved the world from the evil Rumbling, just like Lelouch set Zero up to be the hero to kill the evil emperor, but it works out way better for Lelouch than Eren, because, Lelouch didn't kill billions of people.
He waited just before. He didn't step over the line.
It's also an extremely good shot that I mentioned it before that the panel wasn't animated last time, but it shows it because I think the rumblings happening everywhere in all these ranges. So it's not a scene from where Eren is, but the rumbling is happening, and it's like so many people like are bunched up and they're running away from the rumbling because what else are you gonna do? You're running away as fast as you can, even though they're faster than you because they're huge and just walking, but their one stride is a mile, whatever it is, and they're running towards a cliff all these people.
I've seen that clip actually. Yeah,
And the people on the end are like either jumping off or probably both. Some are just
Getting
jumping
pushed
off and getting pushed off by the people behind you, and the mother is carrying the baby. The whole thing is black and white, except the baby is wrapped in a red swaddle thing. And when she's falling off, she throws the baby up, and just the next person just sees it, and he grabs it, and then he passes the baby out. So everyone is just passing the baby above them. So, like, save the children type thing as the rumbling's coming towards them. Hopeless. But then the rumbling just stops. And that baby eventually lives. But it's just, I just thought it was a good piece of imagery. And I thought it was very well animated. Because it's just one panel that you see in the manga where it's you got the rumbling coming in and you just see people holding up the baby, you know, to show the horror of the rumbling, which it would be. Because like because people you'd kind of make the argument, well, they're just walking straight, they're not looking to stomp anything.
I was thinking of that argument, but at the same time, you'd have to be able to clear the distance of their foot in the amount of time they step.
That's not even the part that would get you. It's the steam. That's what killed Hanji.
Oh yeah.
She burned.
But steam rises. They're lifting their foot.
Well, because you could see it at the base too, like the heat that was coming off, just their feet, because you would be running in between.
I was actually.
It's a thick wall of them too.
Yeah.
So you were trying to weave through all of those feet, but then also the temperature in there.
Oh yeah, they're multiple layers deep too, right?
Yeah.
That was the part that was getting me. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's no way
you would literally need ODM to clear it in one quick movement anyway. So even if you had a fucking car, you're not going to clear that many layers of them walking. Even if it was lined up with them all stepping at the same time.
The only way you would survive is if you had a plane or a boat.
Yeah.
Or you had an apocalypse bunker. Because they're just walking on the surface.
Again, you could get by with ODM too.
Yeah, that too. But that's...
Launch yourself off their face. Don't like bring yourself in close. Like use it like to slingshot yourself and then...
Yeah, but Paradise Island's the only one that has that. And
I did think that too. It's like, oh yeah,
there's something wrong here. Boy, yeah, they fucking.
They can't beat Goku though.
No, he couldn't. But can he beat Goku though? Such a fucking
cop out.
Such a mean cop out. Yeah. Most people could.
But speaking of randomly red-colored things.
Randomly red-colored things.
Wild strawberry.
Oh, yes.
Haha.
Good chapter.
It was a good chapter.
Good flashback.
Yeah, it had me pulled in right away.
Yeah, the determination of this character whose name I forget because, again...
I don't know any of their characters yet. Names.
New name syndrome. I don't even remember the main character's name.
It's funny, I know all the Kagurabachi characters, though, in last chapters.
We're terrible.
We're terrible.
We're hard.
In our bachis. Yeah, I don't remember any of their names.
I'm super confused on how that girl's in the present day, unless it's the bookworm's thing ability, or if is that the Jika that's in the weapon that she has.
I think it's just using her memories against her and just made it.
Because the thing was right there, so it could probably be that, but I think it would be super interesting but it wouldn't make much sense because...
If it was coincidentally the same flower.
Because she says she passed out afterwards, but then she said, the funeral force came in and took care of it, and then I was in the hospital. But then she was in there, and you can see it's at least a year since the girl died when she was visiting the grave. And then she had the determination to do something about it. Stabbed her ear, pierced her own ear right there, which is way more blood in that than would be, I feel.
Oh, it's just dripping down.
And then somehow join the funeral force. But then at that point, then the weapon that you're issued is the same Jika that killed your friend and almost killed you 2 years ago.
Oh, it wasn't her weapon. It was the library thing made it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's unlikely that it would be whatever she has. So it's most likely the library thing playing on the emotions of her instead of the other way.
I thought you more meant the thing she was fighting was coincidentally the one that ate her.
Oh,
friend,
no.
and
Whatever.
taking care of it
Because you
was
know how
her dying.
they have the Jika powers inside their
Yeah.
weapons. The scissor.
I like the plant was kind of looking out for her. Like, yo.
But now it's going to get burned alive. Well, you'd think that's what the main weapons of choice would be. Not a pruning shear, a fucking flamethrower. Get Bareem up in here.
I mean, the regular people were using flamethrowers. I don't know why they switched to shears.
Yeah,
for
like
the elites.
the cleanup crew uses
Yeah.
it. So it's like, why don't you just walk in there with that?
Why don't you get fancy? Why don't we get Fire Force in here?
And it seems like this problem is only affecting like Tokyo Center.
Oh, it is absolutely only affecting.
So the rest of the world can't be like, listen, evacuate the area, drop some nukes, call it a day.
Boom. Well, I don't know.
Controversial
I don't know if we nuke the plants. Also, or Japan again. Also a great point.
A Japanese manga artist
Also
writing about nukes being dropped on Tokyo, probably not a good idea.
I'd fear empowering the plants. Chernobyl. Chernobyl still has plant life.
This is true. This is true.
It is true, but carpet bomb, regular carpet bomb.
Napalm?
Yeah, napalm.
I think napalm would
Not
suffice.
Shears. I wouldn't want to shear the problem away. This is a big problem.
Yeah. I still think napalm's your way to go, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go in person in general. Like, if it infects you and shit like that and wants to eat you, yeah, let's just... Why did you make it only Japan? Just make it a post-apocalypse, damn it. And it's not Japan being the problem. It's just the fact that there's a fully functioning world outside of Japan right now.
Yeah, that
looking at this gigantic problem.
Like, if this was to happen in modern day Japan, there are plenty of countries that would assist in solving said issue.
Yeah.
By evacuation and carpet bombing.
Yeah. But it was a good chapter.
Or whatever most powerful rocket we have that's not nuclear. Just drop a couple of those down. Whatever city busters we got that doesn't involve nuclear fallout, drop some of those. Ooh, whoever added that red.
No one did.
This
is the Shonen Jump app.
You're on the Shonen Jump app?
I'm on the Shonen Jump app.
I don't remember there being red in mine. I'm going to open mine right now. I mean, I could also just be stupid. But...
That's why I made that random red transition.
I thought you meant because strawberries are red.
No. I'm glad that worked out, though.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, wait. It's towards
the beginning.
Yeah. This beginning color opening was pretty dope.
I took a picture of that, too. I
love
knowing the hair colors.
It is red. I just didn't register in my brain.
You know, that's the other reason we don't know their names, because they didn't get to mention their names much again today.
True, and it's a bi-weekly now, so...
Yeah. Man. I kind of want to save it for next time, but I would love to have a large discussion about binging versus weekly.
Oh?
Yeah.
You sad about the weekly?
Kinda. I feel like a lot of things would be improved with binge.
True, but then how do they make the money to get binged? You know what I mean?
They need or analytics and stuff.
Yeah, they need the analytics to show
this is better support. It's sad sometimes.
No, I totally feel you, because reading something weekly does fucking... Especially like some of these newer series that are trying to go bi-weekly, like Shoujo No and Wild Strawberry.
Even JJK. I feel like I would have liked a lot of this newer arcs as a binge.
I think I would like the Culling Games more if I went back and binged it, because I read most of it. Well, no.
I even fear the stuff that's coming up in the Gojo stuff would have been better on binge, too.
No, I fucking loved reading the Gojo versus Sukino Weekly.
Yeah?
For the commentary that you've seen online. I'm so glad that I was part of that, because that won't happen again for so long. You know, who knows when the next time something this popular
gets that kind of moment.
Gets this kind of moment that's popping off where everyone in the community, even anime community period, is talking about this.
I know when When Chihiro's got 6 enchanted swords going up to the mafia leader.
Who's Chihiro? You mean Kakura?
He says, you better bocce right now.
I don't because obviously you can't make predictions of what anime is gonna do what in what manga format, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
But I would assume the next one, without, because obviously something else might happen, because this is still probably 6 years out, is whenever the One Piece gets found. I think that's going to be a huge moment for people to talk about what are those surrounding chapters. But
sorry, I had something I definitely wanted to bring up.
Yes.
About Dandadan.
No.
What has Sanjo Mei been doing the whole time?
Who?
Sanjo Mei. Club president Sanjo Mei. Or shall I use his real name, Saint Germain?
Totally evil guy.
You can't tell me he's just been doing nothing while this is going on with them. Now that they made an occult club and that's where the class rep approached them.
And also, it's the school that is chasing them right now?
Yeah, there's no way he didn't see all this go down.
Well,
I thought this randomly today, too. I don't know why.
Also, there's a 0% chance that he went to some random school to make an occult club about some random kids that just so happened to be the people he's interested in.
Yeah.
He knew who they were. He knew where they were.
So he knows to watch them.
Yeah, he sought them out. There's no way.
So he definitely saw everything that just went down, too. Mm-hmm. I'm interested to see him come back in now.
I don't want to see him yet. I want to see this be like a build-up thing. I don't want him to just be another bad guy of the week type thing.
I was thinking bad guy of the week, but I want to see what he's up to.
Yeah.
I want to know.
I mean, we're definitely going to find out just how long it takes to find out.
It's kind of suddenly hit me. I was like, Sanjo Mei.
What are you doing?
Sanjo Mei.
Jome-san.
Jome-san.
Dude's got evil written on his face, and the only person that was slightly suspicious was Momo. Yep. Come on, guys.
And you can't forget that introduction to it, and we made Turbo Granny go all haywire looking.
Yeah. Just at the sound of the dude's name. So he's got to be strong. But at the same time, though, he's got to bring people. Because
cast is stacked.
I was going to say, not the main cast is stacked, but Dandadan doesn't seem to follow the normal anime trope of, yeah, we'll fight one-on-one. No, these fools, the Dandadan homies will jump you.
It's because Yukinobu Tatsu's willing to draw anything. He doesn't care if it's a 5v4 or an entire...
Or 1v5.
Or 7v800 statues.
He draws it, and it happens. That's like the thing, too, because they're not going to draw all 800 of those statues. They're going to try and CGI one of them and then just hit copy and paste.
To be fair, I would give them that one. Yeah. They can copy paste some of those statues. As long as they're got all the bases covered. That some are coming out the windows, some are coming out the door.
Yeah, but each one of them were doing something different, too. So how do you copy paste
and then we start this chapter, and they all have poles sticking into cars, and they're hanging on them.
And this dude is fucking weekly.
It's so good.
Like, oh my god.
Is absolutely
Yuki Nobutatsu is fucking popping off. Definitely gonna be buying it.
Oh yeah.
There's no way I'm not owning it. I just hope that it's not a fucking...
The only thing that's getting me to put off buying Dandadan is that I'm currently buying stories that I'm reading for the first time through physicals. Like, I need to keep buying Dorohei Doro. I want to buy the FMA author's new album. New album.
Drop the new album, yo.
Yo. His new manga, Yomi no Sugai, which I read the first chapter of.
His name is Yuha.
This is Yuha.
That was hilarious.
I was just in the shower singing that. I was like, don't give it up, Yuha. Set sail for Soul King. It's the name of my papa.
I've been seeing a lot of Bleach. I've been seeing Bleach slander all over the place lately, and I'm like, yo, you guys need to stop.
I've always seen Bleach slander, to be honest.
It's like rampant lately, and I'm like, what the fuck's going on? But anyway, continue your.
What was I saying? I lost my whole
it's
thing
'cause
to the
the
ya.
FMA dropping
yes.
a new.
I read the first
manga.
chapter of that a while back when I was picking up Gachiakuta because I was like shopping around, looking at.
Which one's that again?
Gachiakuta's the trash one.
No, not that one. The new.
Oh, Yomi no Sugai is the one where they thought it was a village at first.
Demons dead.
No, that was Pun Pun author's one.
Oh, right.
Yomi no Sugai is the one where they think they're in a. I think they're in a medieval village at first, and they're like, "Ah, yes, the sky, the dragon flies by like every so often. Oh yes, dragons.
And
the dragon's getting closer and louder." And then a helicopter shows up, and they just start gunning down the village. It sets you up with one thing and literally tells you, yeah, everything we just set you up on is a lie. Person you think is his sibling, no, that's not his sibling. This person might be his sibling. But they're with the ones shooting down all the people he knows. But the villagers seem to know what's going on because they know to warn them that, like, oh, it's happening now.
it's like an anime. I forget the name of the title. The anime is one that I watched years ago.
Is it the one where the whole main cast dies?
In the first episode, yes.
Oh, no.
Get that brain working.
Oh, my God. It had the dumbest fucking name, too.
Corpse Princess?
No.
It is.
Okay, but I was thinking of a different one.
I'm pretty sure it's
I was
Corpse
thinking of the one
Princess.
where it starts out with a bank robbery and they all get killed and thrown in a van.
Oh, no.
But then they wake up
I'm
not
pretty
dead.
sure.
Oh, it's Chinese anime.
Yeah, it is. And then Corpse Princess is the one I was thinking of. They come in to try and kill the main character, and you find out, oh, the main character is the one that just killed you all because she went evil. I have to watch this again. It was all right, but I watched it like 15 years ago, so watch me watch it now and find out that it was actually trash. Just like Mary and Nikki.
Oh, man, I'm probably not going to find it.
That you seem to love so much.
I do love Mary and Nikki.
It's so bad. Maybe I'll just read the manga instead for Corpse Princess.
Hope I can still find this. Nope. God, it was such a bad anime, too.
Whatever one you're thinking of.
Oh, I dropped it so fast. It was such a good first episode.
Don't you hate that? Good first episode and then... Kitty. And then they just flop the rest of it.
Oh, someone else was struggling.
What are they saying? Asking literally the same thing as you online?
Nah, but it was for a different anime.
Oh, sadness. Well, I wish I could help you out, but I have
It's
no
okay.
idea what you're talking about, so...
I would know the name again if I saw it. It had a really dumb fucking name.
Well, the one I was talking about, you literally get to know this whole cast throughout the first episode, like in depth and in detail, and then they go against somebody and she kills all of them.
Well, these guys died in like a bank heist. Ouch. So it's like I'm looking for an anime where the main character dies the first episode. Yeah, every isekai.
Blood Divorce?
Yes! Yes! Is that not the stupidest name ever?
It is. I just typed in bank heist anime, literally the second picture, Anime News
Yeah,
Network.
it's
Blood
like
Divorce.
4 of them doing a bank heist, and they all die the first episode. I was so in. I was so ready, and then just turned into garbage right after. It turned
It's
into
about
survival
vampires, isn't it? Because look, this guy's a
game.
vampire.
Yeah, it sure is. They all wake up in like a storage container after and have to like battle or some shit. It was so bad. What a bad name.
Oh, look at this early. Well, it's mid 2000. It's 2016. I saw, but look at this typical anime fucking vampire.
Blood
Shit.
Divorce.
Gross. That's
Ugh.
a cool waifu design, though.
I think they did Mr. and Mrs. Smith though with the Blood Divorce. How dare you have a fandom big enough to have good memes?
Hilarious.
Might be the worst well, no, it's not. Never mind. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
start saying that.
don't
Second
even think.
sentence.
There's
It's too tight
so
of a
just like
competition.
we could probably find 100 anime that are worse than this. You know what I just thought about too because of this. what is it, Black Blood Brothers or whatever?
Oh, that was good.
The vampire
That was
show.
good. That was okay. It was
okay.
It was okay.
Vampires, man, get such a shit animes. When
Right?
you look at the overall total,
It's mixed. Because Trinity Blood was also mixed.
I don't like Trinity Blood at
You
all.
don't like it at all?
At all.
At all?
I can't make it through the first episode. I've tried numerous times
we
too.
watched some of it together.
You might maybe you've
I
shown me
was a big
scenes,
fan.
but
I
I
had a
still have-
DVD.
I think it's because of which one I saw, but Blood Plus can go suck a dick. The one I saw, and I watched.
Blood Plus.
I fucking watched all of it too.
I disliked Saya, but liked Blood Plus.
Well, the thing is, kudos for remembering her name. I also despise her.
Hachi.
The version I guess that I watched isn't true to everything, because there's other versions of Blood Plus.
I knew there's
that
other versions.
people like better, and whatever one I saw was just not good. I mean, there's a small boy that
It was
just
the
gets
same one I saw too, to be fair.
fucking essayed.
Because I do remember us talking about that one weekly as it was coming out. I think we watched that together, actually.
Which Blood
Blood
Plus?
Plus?
See,
I
because
think it was
this one,
Adult Swim, yeah.
I mean, we've probably seen
Toonami.
some of it, but I'm trying to
I swear it was like a Toonami.
see, because this, I don't remember this being the art style. I think it's definitely this one.
I think it's become very hard to find the one we watched in general because other versions have come out.
But then, I think still the best vampire is fucking Hellsing. Best vampire anime.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much by default.
It's 'cause all the others just have.
I would
something
like one that
brings it
has a
down.
more nuanced story than Hellsing
Oh yeah, Hellsing
does.
does not have a very good
But
plot.
by
but
default, Hellsing still wins it because no one else has brought a more compelling story to it.
exactly.
Blood Plus had the chance, though. It had us at first.
You know, else had the chance.
But you know what it was? If Sai was such an ineffective and
She was just a crybaby.
unwilling.
She's a crybaby
she's
the
both
whole time.
unwilling to do the job and unable to do the job. And it felt like Hachi was just so much better. As misogynistic as that might sound, but Hachi was the cold, stoic, get it done guy.
What was that other one? The one you started reading.
Vampires?
Yeah. Vampires, and they have the other dudes have demon swords to make contracts.
Seraph of the
Seraph
End.
of
I
the
always
End.
forget that's vampires. I shouldn't, though. The manga's art is fire. I need to get at least way closer to where I was in the anime before I start talking plot at all, though.
Yeah.
But the art is fire. You can tell it's monthly. It has that finish that Gokuraku guy has, where the blacks are nice
There was a
and solid.
Gokuraku guy chapter.
Yeah, I
too?
wasn't gonna let you forget. Trust me. But it has that same finish Gokuraku guy has, where there's so much depth to the white, even in the drawings, where it just looks so clean. I'm hoping the content matter keeps up with how clean the art is.
Right.
Because I'm going to keep reading Seraph when I have the time. There's other priorities above it. But I do plan to keep reading it. I don't have much faith in it.
I don't either. Because it starts off fire in the anime, but then goes downhill. But that could also just be anime syndrome where they deviate from plots.
I'm not sure if they deviated much, but I know the production value started looking really bad. That's why I dropped the anime. It was at the most
I watched all of
climactic
it.
part where he goes all berserker mode, and I'm just looking at these backgrounds, and they're shoddy as fuck, man.
See, because I've watched a lot of shit anime back in the day, but that's because, right now, it's so much quantity of anime that any shitty anime, I'm just so, alright, get the fuck out.
I don't
shit
even
out of here.
think it was keeping up to its contemporaries at the time.
No,
Blue
but
Exorcist
what
looked
I'm
better.
saying, yeah, but then at that time though, it's like you had Blue Exorcist and Seraph at the End to watch, so you watched them both.
Yeah.
You had the time to watch everything
Yeah.
that was airing.
That's fair.
But
It
now
certainly also
you
wasn't
don't-
any Juo say either.
There's 60 anime in this season. 60 right now.
I believe it when they fill it out with so much garbage.
Yeah.
It's like going
like,
through
what the
PlayStation
fuck?
Network at this point.
It's like, guys, consolidate some stuff here, right?
Stop adapting fan fiction.
I'm convinced at this point that ChatGPT is writing light novels for these people, and then they're just taking those and turning them in revolving door this garbage.
Which is a gigantic garbage treadmill.
So stop doing all that. Consolidate your people and put them all on one work to make beautiful stuff.
Yep.
Stop all isekai production of the shit ones and put all of those people working on Dandadan full time. But step up your quality, though, because your isekai quality is trash.
I should forget to put Seraph of the End back into my continue reading after I got my phone. Oh my god.
What?
Boy, 4 chapters in.
Oh, Jesus, and you're talking all this stuff about it.
Granted, they're 46-page chapters.
True.
But I thought I was farther.
But yes, quickly, so we can wrap this.
So I was just looking for like an example of the art. Like it's very inky black.
Ooh, that is a nice shot too. I like him too.
I like him too. He gives me the vibes of someone that's going to turn evil later. Sinbad style.
Back to Goku.
What?
Nothing.
I don't know for sure, but does Sinbad not give you the vibes of someone who would turn evil later?
Oh, I thought you meant that guy.
Oh no, I said it just gives me the vibes. I don't know if he fucking turns evil. I'm 4 chapters in and I've seen like, oh, you know he does? I was pretty certain, man. He drops really big utilitarian vibes.
Sinbad's character model is...
I was about to say, which one are you sure about? Both? I'm also sure. So thank you. I was trying to cover up the fact that I was
because that happens in the anime. That one.
Does that happen in the anime?
Yeah, it does.
Oh, I didn't get that far.
Yeah, it totally does.
That's awesome.
But
I'm excited.
The Sinbad thing doesn't happen in the anime, but I know because
I was certain
Sinbad's character model and design is based on the saying of you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Yep.
That's what his character is based on. Is
that makes sense.
But the villain that Sinbad is portraying isn't like an evil villain. It's just like might makes right type thing and fuck what you think. But
I'm the destined king. I'm gonna do what's in my power to get to that position.
Yes, that's
like
the way
he's always done.
That's the way I've foreseen it, but like the way he goes about it.
He strikes me more as the utilitarian Kiritsugu type, where he would burn anything to the ground.
That guy
to
is
remove
just
the vampires.
straight evil.
Is he just straight
he's
evil?
Just bad.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's just down bad. He's
I thought he'd just be like I'd sacrifice anybody for my goals type evil.
No, he's just like, I've been using you this whole time, evil.
I want to bring the demons back kind of evil.
Kind of, but he's totally working with the vampires, and the demons aren't. So I don't know what's going on. It's at the way end of the end.
I know one thing about where the manga is now. Actually, I know a few things. And I know that there's a bunch of different factions.
What's his name? So that we can inform people of who the fuck we're talking about.
The guy that...
The teacher guy.
Mentor man from Seraph of the End. God, I want to say Byakuya. Weirdly enough. And then I want to say Hayakua, but I'm wrong. Because that's Aki's last name.
Guren.
His last name. I need his last name now. Ichinose. Hey, look, he's such a good guy.
He does pull the eyes in, too, though, I think, because this is like his hair.
The hair back?
He slicks his hair back when he goes bad.
Hilarious.
See? Right there, I think.
Because I know there's a demon...
No, definitely 100% right there. See? Look at that, dude.
I'm pretty sure there's multiple human factions, a demon faction in the vampires right now.
Makes
where
sense.
they are in the manga.
Maybe I'll give it a shot again, but...
I'll let you know. I'll eventually get to it.
I'll eventually get to Sakumoto.
I sure hope so.
I will get Sakumoto before you get to Seraph of the End.
I genuinely believe that. I do.
I do too. But Goku Rokugai.
Yes.
Good ass chapter.
Very good chapter.
Getting more Tao back
That was
dribbles about maybe knowing this dude.
That was the one other thing I showed my partner today. I was like, look at this girl's design. I just love this girl's design.
This is awesome. And
I'm loving not Kishibe.
Not Kishibe, yeah, because he's young and has all his hair.
But still kind of Kishibe.
Kind of. His drip is fucking fire, though. Look at that.
Yes. Oh my god, yes. And he wears his hair well. But I think the cliffhanger was probably the biggest part of the chapter. Easily.
Yeah, because I mean, basically, it's just them training Alma.
And not getting anywhere yet either.
Yeah, exactly. He's just like, listen, you fucking suck. You think you can go far? Let's see how far you can go. Oh, 30 seconds? Yeah, that ain't nothing.
But confirmation that the Strangler So and Tao was involved with.
Mm-hmm.
Probably brother.
And just in general, tie back into something that I thought that I completely forgot about. They mentioned the Stranglers. Oh yeah, that was a plot point early on in the show. Early on, we're 14 chapters in, but you know what I mean.
But it takes so long to get them. So
yeah, so I was like, sweet. But also, you know, it's because is this Tao and him?
I think so.
Look at her neck. She's got imprints on that person has strangulation marks on the neck.
They do, and I'm guessing that's the brother.
Well, because I think it is Tao. Because look at the little beauty mark right below her eye, right there, and she has it too.
Oh my god!
So this might be.
That might be the little brother then.
Yeah. So this here might be a flash. These two panels here might be a flashback to when Tao was younger, and this dude might be. She didn't say how Jin is related to her, to the other guy. Just someone close. So it could be a brother. Or just a close friend that they knew. Most likely a brother, I mean.
Either way, down bad that telekinesis.
Oh, yeah, that he's strangling with that and not leaving fingerprints or anything.
Well, I just mean down bad because having to go against telekinesis in any way.
Right, and really all we've seen from Tao in general is just bullets.
Sorry, I probably actually should have opened the chapter header to the chapter I was on for Surf at the end if I wanted art. Look at Michaela there. Looks like a charcoal painting to me.
His name really is Michaela, huh?
It is actually Michaela. I swear to God, there is no shonen manga closer to being a boys' love than Surf of the End.
Oh, I'm fully aware of that. The anime does excellent of the reunion.
So close.
You just need to look up that scene. It's in a gas station. You and... Because the way they say it in Japanese when I'm watching it sounds like it's like Michaela or something. It's like Michael, but like fancy
they're trying to
Michael.
put like the more like Russian-y spin on it, I guess. Michaela.
Yeah.
Because it is like AE, but it's Michaela.
Like, especially him towards you is his name, right? Yes,
I actually did a lot of research on this. And as far as we know canonically, he confessed to you and like literally...
Yeah, see, yeah.
But there's nothing on you side we know at all yet, from what I've read, not of the manga of Discourse.
I like the cast of what I saw, but again, the end into the anime just kind of goes crazy because I'm like, I don't know, it just kind of lost me a little bit. I watched it all, but
anime in general,
the early, like the first 5 episodes.
The introduction was incredible too.
Yeah.
Just introducing the concept, the whole seeing the vampire colony stuff was very compelling start to a boys' love.
Because that's what it is.
I would be caught up right now if it was confirmed.
Maybe it is confirmed and you just don't know.
I did my Google research for a reason.
This is the other day when I said that yaoi shit.
No, this was when I first went to pick it up. I was like, is this canon yet? And I went through a whole bunch of Reddit conversations.
Because this would be the perfect get back at you to me to say that.
Haha. Well, no, it's still, to be like, I still haven't picked up this yaoi. It kind of still is a perfect get back, let's be real.
No, just to be like, there is one good yaoi that has a good story to it. But
yeah, could go Kuhaku.
They go Kuhaku chapter. was fire. Almost getting in training to actually be something.
I'm really hoping I'll be caught up to ChoujinX by the next week.
That means I got to do some Sakumoto reading.
You definitely do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can't. I was gonna say I could do math, but I can't do math because there's so many point chapters. 21 chapters.
Oh, I was counting 23, but it was hard from this angle.
Yeah.
That's still a lot, though. 21 chapters. But
I'm on 32.2, and I gotta get to 43, and that's 23 chapters.
You're on what? 32?
32.2, going to 43. Which sounds like 11 chapters to most people. But it's 23 chapters. Some of which are longer.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's so good, though. It's hard. When I get caught up to ChoujinX 2, I kind of want to make a ranking of where I would put my ongoing.
How many chapters does it say it has when you back out?
Oh my god, that's brilliant. No, it's not, because it lists the chapter itself.
No, if you look it up at
on search?
Yeah. Just go to the should say
56.
Yeah. So they have 16 point chapters. Jesus.
I'm excited to get caught up in that. And then I kind of want to put them all in a ranking because I want to see where they all stack up in my brain.
Gachiakuda.
ChoujinX and just everything else I'm reading too. But Gachiakuta and ChoujinX, specifically the reason why I want to rank them is because there feels really close to me.
Dandadan's at number 1 anyway, so do it really matter?
Yeah. It's everything below Dandadan that I'm concerned with.
Dude, that guy, man.
It's incredible.
Continuously. There's not a bad chapter in Dandadan.
No, never. And each story seems to get better too. Like, I haven't felt like we ever regressed.
Yeah. And it's fucking weekly.
And
that art is better. Like, look at the artwork. I didn't say anything, but on the Chainsaw Man chapter this week, there's a lot of sketchy lines.
This is one of the worst drawn Chainsaw Man chapters I've seen yet.
Nayata's feet in the last page look
Quan
fucking
Chi
weird.
looked so silly after her slash, being in a bent over position like that. Didn't look natural in any way.
Yeah.
But the other thing with fucking Dandadan is it manages to both be one of the silliest, most random, but also still the most heartfelt manga. Every time there's a flashback about a human, it hits.
Yeah, every time.
The woman that had her kid stolen from her and jumped off a fucking building after
It's
running
got
in the rain after it.
Everything. Emotional stories. Excuse me.
Creepy
Emotional
panels.
stories. Creepy ass fucking villains. Horror.
Action.
Horror. Action. Romance.
Slice of life. Comedy. High school.
It's got it all. It's all of the marks with being the currently best drawn thing I'm reading.
Easily.
Easy.
You're reading, yes. I'd have a single other person I would put up to bat. No guess?
No. ChoujinX?
Bluelock. Actually. But it's a completely different manga. It's a huge difference.
Consistently though, or is Bluelock the same as the episode where you get that one shot
Bluelock
of
looks really fucking good. Bluelock always looks really fucking good. Look at that one picture I always send where I bring of it of Chigiri's face, almost on the verge of tears as he's getting booted off the field by Ego. That's not a kick, that's not an action shot, that's someone just feeling like their life is shit right now. No, Bluelock looks great, but
how often does Bluelock have chapters?
Weekly.
Oh, it is? Okay.
It is weekly. Okay. I'm pretty sure. I don't know for 100%. But I'm pretty sure it's weekly. But they don't get to draw the cool ass shit Yukinobu Tatsu does with his story. But that's why I'm like, I don't want to discredit Bluelock because it does people really fucking detailed.
And also, Dandadan can literally draw whatever they want because of the story it is. They can have any. There's a fucking kaiju battle last arc.
I'd still put Dandadan over it, but I wanted to throw that mention at least. Throw the bone to Bluelock.
I mean, I'm technically reading Berserk too, so that's kind of there. But at the same time, I still give it the edge to Dandadan. I mean, that's
beautiful. First of all, I'm going to take the Dandadan wank there, but also it's a different time period. I wasn't saying anything for Berserk because it wasn't coming out with Dandadan.
I don't even know what time frame the chapters currently on our came out in anyway. So, but then that's also one of the big four of seinen.
Yeah.
So like. You know what I mean? Those like known for their art, like Vagabond, Vinland Saga.
I was just thinking, read
Berserk,
Sakumoto before you start reading Vagabond. God damn it! It just hit me because when we said Seinen, I'm like Vagabond. Oh,
the Vizbig's sitting on my desk upstairs.
I know it is, and Sakamoto's sitting right on that app.
It is right there on the phone.
Right there on your phone.
But. Maybe I'll come next week with some Dandadan. Definitely will. Some Sakumoto.
Sure hope so. I should have some bigger thoughts on Choujin by then, without spoiling. I've been trying really hard not to give you anything that's like...
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I mean...
Too spoilery here.
If anything, Gachiakuta is the one you spoiled me more on.
I know. I said
this like, you sent me a girl that you're like, you'd love this character. Then literally the next screenshot you sent me of was her fucking dying.
Wait.
The girl whose breasts were way too big for her.
So I was thinking about the girl with the scissors who I also spread the shot of her whipping out the gun.
She has scissors and just randomly takes out a gun.
She's like, you're telling me no one would hear us down here? That's what you said? Yeah, no one would hear us down here.
Then no one will hear this gun.
Yeah. I don't gotta hide my piece then.
Eat lead, bitch.
It's hard for me not to spell Gachiakuta because again, that's just so rad. These things they're showing me.
I've gained like 10 open browsers right now. What I need to do is none of them I plan to read immediately.
Yeah.
They just open there on a Google page, search for a manga title, and I need to just take those titles and write them down in my notes with all the other anime to like. In the curious to read section, just so that I have everything consolidated.
That's what I do too.
So
that you wouldn't see me typing for 8 years when I sent you the you watch pirate rap.
Oh Jesus! But all right, yeah. That's been the Dukes of Weebdom,
the Not Sakamoto podcast,
episode 38.
Episode 38.
Peace.